Denny J Show.
Zvanga zviri downtown uptown itidzwe nyaya dzacho dzese narrative ndaichidwe kana mchida kutipisa deep ndaipidwe make you spill a bean if you know what I mean hande
It's time!
Oh, yeah, yeah. Did you meet it? Yeah, 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 yeah. I know, meet it up, Jehovah. Wachapiwa simbaija. I know, meet it up, Jehovah. Wachapiwa simbaija. I know, manya vasingandeti. Wachapiwa simbaija. I know, manya vasingandeti. Wachapiwa simbaija. Mirira, mirira. Wachapiwa simbaija.
Come on.
Mirira,
Irira.
mirira. Wachapiwa simbaija. Mano.
Come on, Denny, sing it.
Wachapiwa.
Booyah!
Icho. Mano mirira Jehovah. Wachapiwa. Mano manyakani. Hey. Wachapiwa. Mano manyakani.
Wait, do you say hoyo or you say amen? Hallelujah!
Amen, hoyo.
Hallelujah. Oh, amen, hoyo.
Hoyo.
Uko.
Hoyo man.
Antikona ukuthi
Hoyo,
hoyo
amen.
gospel song ayo paper. Paper. Hey everybody, it's the Denny J Show. No, do. Hey. It's the Denny J Show. Coming with Becky K, Sabasilani throughout this. I don't know how many hours we're going to do today. Maybe an hour, maybe two. I don't know. Because Denny talks a lot. Like, geez, Denny can talk. My way.
We're back like Msana.
Back like I'm son, back like we never left.
Fantastic intro to the show.
Loved it. I loved your response more. I was like, oh, Denny has got it in him.
No, but it's significant though. Because you know how long I've been waiting to be on the television show.
For real.
Also, it's significant for you.
For real. You know, I was looking because
But
you know, I was looking.
But you know what?
I was looking. Yeah, it wasn't time.
Oh my God.
You know, I was looking at our chat. I spoke with Tembalami in November 2023.
We did. Yeah.
And then we discussed about doing the show in
It's like, whose fault is
2024 November. It wasn't time.
It wasn't time.
Yes.
Oh, there were things that had to happen.
Try something here.
Don't buy something.
No, we don't do that.
No, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be stopped.
But
we don't do that here.
But I don't tell that amount.
Everyone has a price. Because everybody has a price.
Problem yakaita ndekuti akabvunza aifana kungounza because ukanditotora here but ukandigira unozi how do you refuse a bottle of Glen 18?
I was just in the duty free shop
and I just thought about you.
And I was like,
no. But it's good to have you. It's really good to have you.
No, thank you so much for having me.
And we like guests like Tembalami because Tembalami is a vibe, right? Like I've always seen
Proper
him.
vibe.
Yeah, I've always seen him do his thing, like in terms of the videos and the concerts and stuff. And he always seemed like a vibe.
Please don't tell my pastors.
Why?
My vibe is my prayer conference.
To the pastors, that Pastor Tembalami, Tagwire,
Yes.
Tembalami ule vibe. Vibe ngokwakhe Tembalami. You know, off stage, on stage, vibe.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
done.
Yeah. Not among my five buyer.
Okay.
Oh, not mango my vibe.
Yeah, but we're big fans of Tembalami. I've always been a big
Absolutely.
fan. Like that song that he opened with, that's like my favorite. You know?
Thanks so much, man.
That song spoke to me because I discovered it around COVID time. I don't know, around 2020. Yeah, so it was like it really had a meaning for me, and I'm sure it had a lot of meaning for a lot of people because I've seen the views on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's one of those songs that you can't, once you start listening to it, you can't stop.
Yeah,
very powerful.
Awesome stuff. So Tembalami, are you ready for us to get to know you?
Yeah.
A little bit better.
Yes.
And you have a money surname.
Oh yeah,
he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So do they call you tags
That's
at any
money.
point? Because
of course they did.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
So you're related to the Tagure that we all wanna.
Of course, I'm related. What kind of question
is it not just the same surname?
No. I'm related.
How?
Bring your business proposals to me. When pass something, don't shit up and I'm done.
Unoko batoka tuwaya kakuti.
Proposal.
Motivation so
proper motivation.
All
right, so growing up, Tembalami saw himself where? If I take you back, let's say to when you were a teenager, 18.
At one point, I thought I was going to be an accountant. At one point, I thought I was going to be a doctor. And I stumbled into music. And
like literally stumbled into it.
Kind of professional music, that is.
Okay.
I've always been a musician without knowing. Because my physics teacher always said it. Because I was
teachers.
I was in that classy MPC.
As an MPC student, I have never.
Same dance or MPC. That was me.
Would you go on MPC?
Maths, physics, and chemistry.
Yeah, that was my A-level combination.
How did you do?
Yeah, I was terrible.
6 points?
No.
7?
2.
11.
11. I thought it was
11. That's pretty good.
No, but
that's pretty good.
MPC
you don't get into medical school with 11, especially at my time.
Were you aiming for medical school?
When you do MPC, usually.
Yeah, when you're doing MPC, you are thinking, if I don't,
you want to be a doctor.
If I don't do that, I'll do maybe pharmacy.
Yeah.
So that was me in high school.
So what kind of a doctor were you going to be?
A crazy one. I'll be like playing loud music whilst operating.
Were you aiming for GP or you were aiming for like a specialized field?
I was thinking maybe pharmacy, something, something like that. Not really cutting people.
By drugs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Breaking bad.
Well, you use that knowledge, to make a difference.
Yeah, make a difference.
Okay, all right. And then so this is you in class. You get your 11 points. What does Tembalami do with his points?
So the funny thing is, my dad retired when I was in grade 7. And we had a bit of, being a last born, you usually are the one where we're struggling, the school fees, the chichichi.
Right.
So by the time I finished my A-level, I was owing so much school fees that I couldn't collect my results there and then. And in the process of waiting for those results, I went and I was a teacher at a Herentaus college. Oh, sorry, I can't mention brands because they are not paying us. At a college.
They didn't pay me to do it.
I wasn't paid to
advertise this.
So I was a maths teacher at the time, just raising money so that I collect my results.
You're right.
That's when one of my friends from a cell group said, you dude, to my vocals when you're singing. I've got a recording that I've booked. In those times, digital studio, and there was like one guy who had a digital studio, and everyone else had to go to Grammar or Corner Studios or somewhere to get to record. So this guy had booked the studio. This was called, I think it was Tony's Digital. That was the studio that recorded that In My Dreams.
In my dreams.
So you see, that's how long I've been in this industry. So yeah, you guys need to pay your dues. Anyway, sorry. My apologies. My apologies.
Is that the president?
Yeah. Mr. President doesn't know, like,
You're on the Denny J show.
I'm on the Denny J show. You know, me being a Tagire.
You'll call him back.
Yeah. Anyway. I think me and Denny are a bad combination.
I was not foreseeing this. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, so that was my first time in a studio. This guy booked, and the funniest things, I'll tell you the song that he booked to record. Do you remember Rough Riders Anthem? Of course, Denny J knows.
Stop!
Yes.
Whatever.
It's the Rough Riders roll.
Yeah.
Niggas gonna
Yes. That's exactly what he wanted to do.
How do I know it?
So this was his song. I'm not joking. True story. He was like, Mira, Shako, usingade kuwe matangwari. Oh, nai. Uchato wo na moto.
That's a whack song.
No, but at that time
it was like it was a work song, and what we did is like dude, this is like but he was the money guy.
Right.
We were like the guests at Tango Days ones guys doing our studio, and you guys sing, so I need you to support me.
Right.
So we get there, so we're like, so what do we do? We're like, no.
Safety, this is rubbish.
No, everyone said it was rubbish. And those days, producers were producers.
They
it
were
wasn't. Yeah,
Okay.
It's
They
not
were
like today.
They just want money.
Yeah, today you can just come with any rubbish and I'll record you if you are paying me.
Okay.
Those producers would chase you out of a studio and say, I know you paid me, but I'm not recording this. So what the guy said is, I can't work with this. This is Rough Riders Anthem. We're like, no. Let's change it up. So we just did it up a little bit. It's like, Iwe mira, shago. And then it was like keys, and it sounded contemporary and nice. So that was the first recording that we did. The day it came out on ZBC, my friend, with the whole video.
Green screen here.
Yeah,
The
2018.
whole video.
Yeah, 2018.
No, there was a guy in the nick of time.
Right.
He was the baddest video guy at the time. He did the In My Dreams video with those chess graphics in it.
Yes.
That's the guy.
That's why.
Yes.
put
And he
you
shot
on.
it on a camera. So the first time we came out on ZBC, my step changed, bro. In the hood, Bachi town. We should put on TV.
They need to know.
Why?
Teaching.
Why go back to teaching?
For who?
Like I was like missing classes. I ended up dropping out. I just went and I spoke to the headmaster. I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore, because I'll just get a call. Because from that time, everyone who had a mini studio
now wanted
to record me, and I just found a new place that I didn't even understand. So that's how I stumbled into secular music.
And for how long?
It was a while, because we recorded some stuff. We wanted Kutitirire, in those days Kurira Kwainetsa, because there was Dilani Makalema and Chamembe guys. Those were the only guys.
Oh, that was the time where you were also.
Yeah, Delani was like.
Yeah, that was the time when I was just getting in. And
didn't Sniper also talk about Dilani Makalema?
Yeah,
Dilani Makalema was like the first time I heard Nakai, it blew my mind. Like I was walking in the streets, and you know those ghetto tuck shops. There's just music playing.
Yeah.
You're like, ding, 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 ding. What do you know that it's Sika? Like this guy. And I was so inspired. I was like, I'm going secular. Enough of this gospel stuff. I want to be this guy.
Why do you imba gospel at that time? The
Mira song was a gospel song.
So you were saying that Mira song,
yes. Yeah. So that
was a gospel song.
That Mira song was a gospel song.
Okay.
And when I wanted to go secular, I remember having this conversation with my pastor. I went there, I was like, Pastor, I think I want to do more than just gospel. I want to also do social commentary. I want to do other songs that are inspirational.
Okay.
Do you know the guy I was listening to then? It was R. Kelly. I was a huge fan. It's like he was doing "Storm is over," and then he would sing about his dudes and I wish, and all that. Yeah, I didn't know about the kids, so please.
Who knew about the kids? No one knew about the kids.
But on the topic of R. Kelly, like I still listen to R. Kelly.
I still do. It's sad.
Shame on you people.
Suga. His music was good.
because I think you should be able to separate the art from the artist.
The person from the music.
Yeah, but in America, once they cancel you, they cancel you.
Yeah.
They cancel you all the way. And I don't know if that's right because, a lot of R. Kelly's music was like a soundtrack to us growing up. You know, so
especially "Storm is over."
You cannot replace soundtracks. Certain things were happening when that song came out. So when you hear the song, it takes you there.
Definitely.
So you can't exactly say because R. Kelly did this.
Plus, it was gangster season. Everyone thought he was a gangster.
Yeah.
With those baggy jeans and throwbacks and stuff and
Yeah. So your inspiration at that time was R. Kelly. You were listening to R. Kelly and you're like, I can do this.
Yeah, I can do like.
So you were not saying you want to go into circular music to sing about booty and stuff. Your circular music was on the inspiration.
On the inspiration side.
Okay.
But the problem with secular music is it sucks you in. Like once you're there.
Booty.
Why do you have a problem with booties?
Why sing about it?
I mean, it's appreciated. The human.
I know you don't have a problem with it, Denny.
That's the thing with secular music. You see all those kids that are singing about booty and all these things. When they started, that's not where they started. Because everyone is a mom, everyone is a dad, has relatives that want to appreciate their music. And when they start, they have these pure intentions. Everyone thinks they can change the industry, but the industry will swallow you up.
And eventually you are going to sing about the anatomy of the body.
Yes.
I appreciate, the beautiful black woman.
I mean, we would dance to R. Kelly's ignition. Okay.
Dr. Guramatun.
Yes, he did. He appreciated the black woman so beautifully. Yeah. But it's a bit more intense when it's in music because music will have a melody, a rhythm to it. It sticks in your mind, and getting it off or shaking it off is a bit difficult.
One song that shocked me when I found the lyrics. Not go so. No. That one.
What does it talk about?
Oh my goodness.
No, but it's
terrible. The way we danced to that song.
Murder, She Wrote, doesn't it sing about abortion also?
It is. Like,
but we say murder.
I thought, have you ever heard a girl? Maxine, I thought Maxine was like a girl you were singing about.
Yes.
But no. Maxine was the girl was doing abortions, just the one killing babies.
I didn't know that.
Oh, dude, if you listen to the lyrics. And
the music we got down to, we had no idea what we were singing.
In high school, I was about to say in high school, while we're on the R. Kelly issue, yes, he would sing the motivational stuff. But I remember in high school, sweating during, just after studies before we go to bed because I was a boarder, practicing to dance like a snake.
Oh, yeah.
Move your body like, because there was this girl called Fungisai. Wanaye Aitamba. She would move her waist. It would look like she does not have. Now she's a preacher.
You know the one that got us when we were in high school.
And we'll be there gyrating, trying, burn it up.
Can you make it hot like the roof is on fire? I was on fire. Bruh, you should have seen me.
Becky, calm down.
but these are dope songs, right?
They are
dope songs.
They are dope, but what are they leading you to do? So yes, they are fun to listen to if you know how to hold yourself, to discipline yourself.
If you dance like a snake.
Sure, at that time I didn't know what I was doing.
I mean, what's wrong with this?
My agenda, snake, nyoka.
It's one of God's
creatures. Denny. Your
creatures.
daughter comes to you and say, "Daddy, look, I can dance like a snake." You'd be like, "It's one of those creatures." I doubt that.
Okay.
Yes. Look at that. Look at that.
Do the thing.
Do loud. Which one is it?
I don't know.
Did you mute
I don't have it.
Did you mute it?
Yeah. I don't have it.
No. There we go.
Yes.
Dude.
Shots.
Yes. So we were doing it innocently, not knowing the impact it was going to have as we got older. And now when we went out at parties and stuff, all we wanted to do was to show the boys and the other girls that I can move it like a snake.
Okay, so dancing like a snake is bad? No, I'm just asking.
No.
For children, it's bad.
Okay, for children. Okay.
But for married people and for people who are responsible
Becky, enough
with their partners.
Enough with the pictures.
Okay.
Dance like a snake, baby.
I'm now picturing you and your husband.
Stop!
I see. We see it. Becky, we're not trying to see that right now.
Yeah.
I didn't put it in his head. I just said for children it's bad.
Okay, it's fine.
But for
It's
adults, please go ahead. Dance like a snake, baby. Yeah, so R. Kelly, your inspiration, he's doing the motivational songs.
Yes.
He even featured with TD Jake's choir
Exactly.
and everything. So you saw yourself and you're like, man,
I can do this.
I can do this.
So that was me. I was still going to church. I was now writing my love songs. And we did a little boy band with my friends. And
What was it called?
do I even know?
Was that before or after Burning Bush?
That was just after Burning Bush.
After Burning
I was
Bush.
just trying to find myself.
Okay.
And then that's when this little studio opened in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And there was a guy, shout out to Mr. T-Head from my hood.
Which hood?
Cheetown.
Cheetown.
You didn't tell us which part of Cheetown.
Cared, Baba. Cared. Pamarain Pangu.
Okay.
Chitungwiza boys.
Whenever you meet someone from Cheetown, we're like proud of our
I'm
hood.
telling
you know
you.
I'm from Cheetown.
I know. That's why I'm here. If you're not,
I caught a flight back with a man
you're
from
GZ,
Cheetown.
I'm not coming.
Like every second word was like, you see, I'm a guy from Chitungwiza.
Yes.
Hey, I want to be proud of my hood.
If you can make it there, you can make
You
it
can
Anywhere.
all over the world, like anywhere in the world.
Yeah, so anyway, little studio in your hood.
Yes. So the little studio in my hood, that's when I wrote Kushamula Newe. It was actually,
You know, that was
that was actually a gospel song.
Chirudzi.
You know
Even Bako was like, my guy, come on.
So it started as a gospel song, and I was like, but it's not really sitting well gospel. I think it's a love song. And then I developed it into a love song. I recorded it. And then once I did that, I was now a solo artist. And there was my friend, Victor D. He was also recording at the same studio.
Okay.
And he did a song on Mudiwa Chiso. So this particular studio, there were two guys that were doing singer stuff. The rest of the guys were chanters. Because
that was big
yes,
at that time also.
Everyone was doing dancehall.
Yeah.
So everyone else was doing dancehall. So me and Victor, at some point, we became like mini rivals of some sort. But then we combined and we became Victor and Temba, like a duo, like Casey and Jojo.
Okay, ooh.
Yes. So we took these two songs that we had. We're like, this Beckett studio is great. But if we are recording at Chamembe, we would get a better producer and would get a bigger audience. So we looked for a guy who was managing Extra Large, and that's where that partnership was born. George was the manager for Extra Large. He had just had a break-up with Chamembe at the time, and there was this new guy, Flash Gordon, who was coming up. He was recording at Innocent Utso Gota's Country Boy Records. So we came with these two songs, and we're like, this is the music we have. We want to grow. You are managing a group that's doing well. We want to do well, and that's why we're here. So we went to Munumtapa Business Machines. That's his company. So we sat there. It was hard because the guy was like the boss, so he didn't have like normal working hours like everyone else. So we didn't have phones at the time. So we'd just get on a bus in the morning. We'd just go sit on the gate, like for Rabasa missions. And this guy would not come. He would come at 4 when you've spent the whole day there. And we didn't have money for food and stuff. We're hustling. And so when George came in, would just run after his car when he's going to park so that he doesn't go into his office.
Without seeing you guys.
The security would just not allow us to come in. He's the boss. Like, you can't just say...
How many times did you do this before you actually met George? Was it just that one time?
Oh, we did this for like, I think 3 or 4 weeks. We'd just come and just chill, and sometimes we didn't have bus fare, so we'd just chill in the hood. So after we met George and listened to the song, it's like, this is dope. What I can do is, because I'm Extra Large's manager, I can get Extra Large to feature on this, and then I'll be your manager, and then I'll push you to blow up. But that was great. We're like, we are going to do something with extra large. So we're having this conversation now with Victor. Like, know what, Victor? I think if we do this song, which was Kushamulane, it would be dope if we have extra large on it. So George, being the manager, which is a lesson that I want to tell to every artist out there. There's a difference between a sponsor and a manager. You need to understand the difference between those.
That's what I say.
Relax, breathe.
I think I touched the nerve.
A big one. A big nerve.
So your sponsor is not your manager. And whoever pays for the song owns the master. You need to understand that as a musician.
So if I want to record something and then Denny J pays for me to go and record that.
He's your record company now. Because he's your
my
record
joint.
label. He's your record label. So because he has paid for it, you are a work for hire because he has paid for it.
And I don't own any rights to that
You
song.
can't own rights to something that you did not pay for. Ouch. And that... Hey. So the biggest issue for us is this was all verbal. We are boys in the hood. Like, we've met this rich guy who wants to move us to the next level.
Was a break.
So we go into the studio, and I want to apologize to Mr. Utogota right now because he didn't know what was happening. Flash used to record people at night so that he wouldn't bill those hours. We didn't know. And that's another thing. If you own a studio...
Did you just snitch? He just snitched.
We are all grown-ups here. That's
Snitches get stitches.
I don't know which She-Town is from because we don't
Liar.
No. It's now water under the bridge. We're all grown up and...
All right, so you guys record this song. He pays for it.
These are lessons to business people that want to go into the industry.
Yeah.
Understand that you...
Didn't you think of your teaching job at that point? I would have sponsored this thing.
You don't understand the thing about purpose. When you find your passion and you find your purpose, you don't care about anything else.
Yeah, so you were explaining what the problem was when you were doing this lecture and telling artists that when someone pays.
Yes. So George organizes a studio recording for us.
Right.
He said, go and record with Flash. I'll talk to Extra Large. They'll come and feature on the song. So we go and sit with Flash. We're like, Flash, this is our song. Flash is blown away by the song. Like, the thing with a hit song is when you hear it, you know that this
is a hit.
This is a hit.
Yes.
So Flash goes, changes the audio, makes it like a really fire beat. I go in there like, they were like, we are vibing. The thing is burning. Then my boys, Extra Large, show up for the first time. We are meeting for the first time. They get there, they're rocking these really nice clothes, and they just came and they've got chicks with them. And it was so nice. Like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm coming from Chi-Town.
Right. Right.
Unizama baby, I am not one day chat of baby.
One day, my God.
Movie rainbow. I don't meet up a cube paper. I'm taking up a popcorn and drink.
You've seen the picture.
Yes. And then these boys,
they walk in like that.
Yes, in their flat base caps and chi, looking like Denny, looking fresh. Like, yes.
What,
that's fresh.
You know what I mean?
They must have been.
Yeah, I think they were coming from Denny's shop at Papa Boys, the toners. So they get there. They're looking on point. They get it there, they hear the song, they're like, this is fire. So what we're going to do is to open an etuma statement to phone your baby. The girl that actually does the baby. There was actually one of the girls that they brought. She had no idea she was going to be on a record.
Right.
I don't even remember her name.
But she was on that record.
She was on the record. She was like, Inzgwaga baby. And she was from Lawa. I was like, you know this. So we are all excited.
Right.
Extra Large is featuring on our song. The guys are here and they brought their girls and we're sitting with Flash. Flash is like the hottest producer now, as who's on the scene now.
Right.
Yeah, because Flash it was now doing like Decibel and all these new guys. So it was amazing just being there in that environment. And that's the problem with artists, is when we get into a studio, we forget about split sheets, about understanding contracts and everything. We're just there for the music and the passion.
Yeah.
So we record this song. The song is fire. Now we are waiting now to go back to George. Flash is mixing the song. So we're waiting on George to say, come and do your second, third song so that we can complete the album.
Right.
In the time that we're waiting, 2 weeks after that recording, the song is playing on radio.
And you were waiting?
We are waiting. The song is now playing on radio. Guess what? There's no mention of Tembalami in there. There's no mention of Victor in there.
Quite extra large.
It's an extra large songs. And we are thinking producer
Marco is shook. He's like, what?
Yeah, producer is mixing the song. And the song is now playing on radio. We're like, what is going on? So we meet with the guys. They're like, no, but when we do a song together, you guys did the chorus. So why should we mention you? What the guys did is they'd already had an album that was complete. They didn't have a lead single. They took the song, made it their lead single, went to TMC, signed a record deal, got paid in advance, made money, and we didn't know. CDs and cassettes got printed. On the tape, it was Kushambula Newe, no featuring. And then at the bottom, in fine print, introducing Victor and Temba with a star. And there was a star on the thing.
To follow the star. If you see a star here,
it
star down there.
It means Victor and Temba are there somewhere.
Yes, follow the asterisk.
So we were super confused. Like, for them, I can't blame them, because they were also kids like us. They didn't
were just
know
going with the
anything about copyright law, because when they were doing Chamembe, that's how they were doing it. They would just come up with a song.
So the songs didn't belong to anyone. If we decided to use this Temba
Rocky
song,
would just come and do a chorus. Extra Large is doing a song.
It's extra large
It's
song.
extra large song. Rocky did a chorus and that's it.
So what lesson can you give to aspiring artists and new artists? We've had situations where, like recently, Tinashe Mutarisi and the young guy? Delroy,
yeah.
where Delroy was saying he was expecting money, but there was no deal. There was no agreement. There was no contract.
No. When it comes to people like Tinashe puts in a lot of money in terms of promoting music.
Right.
Okay.
And when you're looking at an artist, in the US, 89% of their budget goes to marketing, not to production. 89%. I love numbers a lot, so I do my research.
Yeah.
So when 89% goes to marketing, it means what you contribute as the artist is 11%. That's why in those record deals, an artist usually gets 9 cents on the dollar. And that's why TLC was broke when their song was on number one.
Yeah.
Is because the marketing machine that makes sure that an artist like Delroy produces a great song that is heard throughout the country, there is a marketing background that's needed. And if you look at someone like Tinashe, has created Nash TV and all these avenues, and you guys understand that because you know the cost of this road mixer right here, and the cost of these fancy lights and all these cameras. So it costs money to build a brand. And if I come on the Denny show and you put me on the Denny show and I perform my song right now on the Denny show, I am borrowing the years and the money that you have put in marketing this brand. Right. And if I get 1 million views or 5 million views on a video that I've put on the Denny J platform, it's not my views.
They belong to the Denny J show.
It's the Denny J show, because YouTube is going to suggest to say, Denny J listeners, Denny J has posted a new video. So if I put my video on Nash TV today, the audience that I'm borrowing is Nash TV audience that he paid for.
Yeah.
So that you get those 5 million views. So I don't want artists to get it twisted and say, I got 5 million views on the Nash TV channel, so they're mine. No, they're not.
Yeah.
Because this guy paid a lot of money bringing artists, creating that whole color vibes and all those things. That was a lot of investment to get subscribers that are notified every time they post something.
So what are the questions that the artists are supposed to be asking before they get into deals like that? Because they are hungry, they want the platform, they want the limelight, just like how you and your friend Victor were like so hungry and so like, this is our chance. There were questions that you didn't ask, but now you know the questions to ask. What are they supposed to be asking?
No, the first question...
What is someone like Delroy supposed to have asked going into this deal?
Into that deal.
The problem now is when you're a gifted artist, you are afraid to ask.
Yeah, because there's so many people who can do it.
Yeah, like that is about Denny J show. Denny,
Denny will be like, I know what, Gara.
I know blue tick.
I know blue tick.
So the idea is you need to do your homework. Be honest when you're speaking to someone.
I want man.
I want man. And the Mari and Scooting to pay Mari more women. When this thing goes out, can I get 20%?
And it's so difficult to do that because you don't know.
Why?
You don't know where it's going. You don't know if it's going to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Even if it doesn't go anywhere, you've got your 20%.
Yeah.
So if my 20% is 2 cents, let it be 2 cents. But if it's 2 million, let it be 2 million.
But do you know how difficult it is? Because there are so many hungry artists who have talent, right? And they can do that thing that you're doing. So the minute you talk of 20%, I'm like, let's just leave.
But isus kanatato wirana ma percent because what's happening now is also the Denny J is now realizing, Kuti, if I don't give these guys their 20%, they are going to come back and claim more than they
in the future.
Put in. Because he won't always a platform, do market and do some money. If you don't clear that with the artists that you are putting again, 5 million views.
I think the best person to do it is the sponsor. You know,
to put
someone like Tinashe
deal on the
or
table.
Whatever. He's the one who's supposed to
say,
have
come
a
on
standard
board.
deal.
This is what you are getting.
So that tomorrow they don't tarnish your image by coming up and saying, my
other question on that would then also be, why do they take long to say these stories?
Yeah, no, the thing is, for someone like Tinashe now, it will be a hobby for him. He's someone who's just passionate about music. He just enjoys seeing those young people do what they do.
Right.
And the problem is, when you do that as well, you're also putting yourself out there. And I think he has done well in terms of...
No, he has. I mean, he has supported.
That he's worked with. But I think we need to formalize now and actually protect ourselves. Because also when you put yourself out there and spend all that money, like, did you see the HKD festival, guys?
It was amazing.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
And when you are doing that kind of thing and you have those partnerships with artists, I think putting it in black and white will protect you from being...
from your image being tarnished.
Tarnished, yeah. Because Denny J ndakamuitisa mbiri ndini. Ukaona podcast rangu rairira same. But I'm like, guest number 298. Denny J has been building audience.
Delroy is what he got, 1.6 or whatever. Tinashe said, "Ndukumpa mari yake," and it was almost as if Delroy didn't understand the aspects of the relationship in the music industry or relationship between artist and sponsor.
Exactly.
Yes, I don't think he should have gone public with it. He should have gone back on Tinashe wacho.
Zara, it makes sense. Do you get what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff. I mean, in hindsight, you can probably see he might have messed up a good relationship, right?
Yeah.
But Zara, because obviously, muna enga ndone grudge rake.
But mdara varutora mari, but avaskunduonawo, but inindi
dzokera kakuna mdara andi ndakakupinza
dzokera. So I think when you look at it from that perspective, I think Tinashe must just make sure he has a standard document.
Have we failed to get Nash onto the show? Like,
No, he said he's not ready, but I'm sure
he's not. But one day he'll be ready.
No, he's
yeah. Okay.
So I think doing those kind of agreements before the music goes out is easier.
So how did you handle your situation? Magona extra large.
What we did is we took the L.
You were like, oh damn.
Yeah, because they took the song to Zimura, they got all the royalties. Yeah. They took the song to TMC, got an advance on it.
Was they sorry? Guys,
they didn't understand it either.
So are you still bitter about this?
I was not even bitter because we ended up working together.
Okay. So you understood that you had to take this step to do it to the next level. Is that how you took it?
Maybe you didn't even see it like that at that time. I can go to e-platform, guys.
For me, I didn't see it as kuvarwa. One of the things that I've always done is I take responsibility for my actions. I'm the one that walked into this situation.
Right.
I'm the one that wrote this song and went and recorded it without a contract. So I exposed myself.
So I bet you are big on contracts now, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
But also, don't you feel like the adult in the room should have protected you because you're naive? You're a naive, hungry ghetto youth who's trying to make it.
There was no adult in the room.
The sponsor.
He didn't know anything either.
The sponsor?
Yes, because he was.
Who took the music to radio?
The sponsor, the sponsor guy.
Up to today, I have no idea. Because also what DJs also used to do is they didn't have as many producers. We only had like 3 or 4 producers that were doing proper stuff. So you knew there was Chamembe, there's Flash, and there's the next. So DJs usually came to camp at studios with what's fresh. Because that was TMC now.
Yeah. The sponsor, you're clearing the sponsor. The rich guy.
I'm clearing everyone because the rich guy was like I was saying, the rich guys that we have even today, most of them are just fans. They like music, they have money, they throw money. Especially for the secular guys.
Right.
Mafesa kids go just hanging out with the cool crowd.
Right.
Get the girls ndini manager wa Denny J.
Right.
Hey, uchibuda uchitaura kuti ini mfana wako mfana wamucheche ndakakusimudza ngari kugeto mfana uzona isina kudrive Honda Fit. So that on its own, you don't need some limelight because I'm not creative.
Right.
Because the guy was an accountant. He didn't know anything about the music industry.
He just loved
music and he loved girls. So he knew.
So he's clearing the sponsor. Like, sponsor doesn't know anything.
No, I clear everyone. We were just naive. It was a new industry. Remember, we inherited this industry from Anam Daram Tukudzi, Nana Chichi, who didn't know anything either. When there's a demo ku grammar, once you sign up or sign, they didn't read that long Sony contract that owns your rights in the whole of the universe in perpetuity and renews itself. Those are the contracts they signed.
Yeah.
And they didn't know anything about promotion. They would just record a song, leave it at Grammar and go home. Grammar would produce, market, promote everything. All they promoted was their live shows that they did. That's all they knew. Poster. And that's all they did.
Right. You are one of the founding members of ZimPraise.
Yes.
ZimPraise is a very big outfit, and I know Becky you've done some emceeing job for these guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us about how you started that thing with those guys and what happened and why you're not part of ZimPraise today.
So ZimPraise for us, when we started it, it was not what it is today. It was just a baby that we started. Magdi's vision was, we want to start something.
Why you say Magdi?
Because he was the brainchild of it. Magdi is the one. So everyone who became the founder members on that company registrar, whatever, charity registrar,
right,
was the artist that Magdi was working with, because this was a Magdi thing. Right. So Magdi had this idea to say, I want to get all the artists that record with me to come together and we do outreach stuff where we go to high schools and we sing and we get them. It was more on an outreach thing. It had no concerts and CEOs and all this thing. There was nothing. So there was a brother. His name is Pastor Crosby Mashiri.
Okay.
And Garikai Ndanga and Pastor Pesi. Some of the names, I'm now losing them.
Okay.
They were the pastoral guys that MacD asked and said, guys,
this is our thing.
Can you guys come and be the pastors over this? And Pastor Crosby, being someone who had money and still has money, had money at the time, was like, you know what? I want to fund this thing. So our first ZimPraise meeting was at the Mikkels.
So you filmed at Mikkels?
Yeah, so we met at Mikkels, and that was the first ZimPraise thing. And when we started, we had no idea there was going to be a choir. ZimPraise was a compilation of just artists. And
choir.
We recorded our first compilation. ZimPraise 1 was a compilation of me, Bethan Pasinawako, Knox was there, Trevor Dongo was there, Tawanda Mugodi was there, Pastor G was there, Sebastian Magacha was there.
These were all artists that were recording with MacD.
With MacD. Right. So these were all MacD artists. And everyone, when a producer says, I'm working on this and I need your help, guys, you show up. So we did that. So when that compilation came out, people liked it. And then we wanted to do a first event. The problem we're having at the event is who was going to do backing vocals for who? Because we had never done a show, we'd just gone into studio and made a compilation.
Yeah, didn't you have your own personal backing vocals?
No, I was starting then.
No, I'm saying the other artists, like Anna Pastor G and Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor was doing backing tracks. He wasn't doing band stuff.
All right, okay.
So the only person who was doing band stuff was maybe Pastor G and Saba. But it was his band, and Saba's band would not play Pastor G's music because they didn't know it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So we wanted a universal band that played for everyone. And that's when we started the ZimPraise choir.
What year was this?
It was 2008.
Okay.
The first recording was 2006. And our first event was 2008 at the Celebration Center. And we had a choir for the first time that had to rehearse everyone's music. And artists were not showing up for these rehearsals as much. MacD had to go and rehearse with the choir. And he would say, we are now ready for you. And then the superstars would come and lead the song.
Drives me crazy.
So we did this event. It was okay. We had gospel power and everyone came. It was nice. And then after the event, whenever we wanted to do, because now we had a choir.
Right.
Whenever we wanted to have an event, the evangelistic events that we wanted to do, Pastor G would have an event in Ulawayo, Saba was having an event in Gokwe, and Bethan would be having something, and Tembalami would be having something. So it was difficult to have all these people in one place.
Yeah.
So I said with MacD, I was like, MacD, we have a problem here. Let's make ZimPraise the choir. Because ZimPraise was the artist. The choir was a backing team for the artist.
Right.
So we said, no, ZimPraise is now the choir. And all these artists are now what? Are now featuring.
Yeah.
And that's where the ZimPraise featuring Tembalami started. That we do now, where we invite Matthias Mary, he comes and sings, and ZimPraise is already on stage, and we just play on the ZimPraise platform.
Right.
That's how it started. And then once that we had agreed on that, we said, no, let's formalize this thing. And then that's when we created the ZimPraise choir brand, which I think it was only until 2017 where I had to resign from the board of directors.
Right.
On board of advisors, I think, when you're opening a charity, you did all this. So I was part of that. So when we did that, that's when Jose came from Australia. And he was sharing a studio with MacD. And he was excited about the ZimPraise project. But Jose had something that we didn't have. He was the son of the AFM president. He understood leadership at a level that we didn't understand.
So we had the platform, he had the people,
platform,
the connections.
He had the connections to take this to the next level.
Right.
And that's when we appointed Jose as the first CEO
of the ZimPraise
choir brand.
Right.
So what happened now is, because Jose was hands-on, MacD was a studio guy. He didn't want to do the day-to-day things. Jose didn't like studio. He wanted to do the choir. So he kept doing the choir, but the problem that he was having was the artists were still busy. So every time he wanted to have us and the old ZimPraise choir people, they would not show up. So he started doing auditions, and he would have new people. But the new people came, and we were now the Israelites that had an agreement. So the new ZimPraise guys that came, all they knew was the CEO. They didn't know there was a Tembalami. They didn't know there was a MacD. They didn't know all this. So for some time, it felt like it was a coup.
I can imagine.
So why did you resign? You mentioned resigning.
No, the thing is, it was not our thing to begin with. Like I said, Jose had the influence.
Yeah.
He had the resources.
So the idea was there, but it was for Jose to take over.
Yes, it was like the McDonald brothers and Ray Kroc. The McDonald brothers had the idea of a McDonald's shop, but they didn't want to do a franchise. But Jose had the vision to take this thing further than we could.
Right.
So because at some point we realized we were clashing heads because we were thinking small. He was thinking bigger. And that's when we let him. We said, you know what? I think you can take this thing further. And from then onwards, he did that, and it became bigger because he would be performing. He would take ZimPraise to the AFM conference, put them on that stage, 50,000 people singing. We wanted to go to Rusununguko High School and minister to kids. It was different. So he did it, and he did it better than we did.
So when you see ZimPraise now?
When I see ZimPraise now, I'm proud because it's a baby that we gave birth to.
And then
so did you guys have stake in the name? I mean, like you registered this name. I'm assuming in the early stages of it. Did you register? It
was all registered, but we were not fighting for it. Like I said, we were all artists. We not really passionate about this. We were solo artists.
It was evangelism.
It was a good thing that we would do, but it was not our thing. It was not. We didn't have the same passion that Jose had for it.
So there's no bad blood, nothing.
No bad blood. We work together.
I'm trying to think if I started something, I would want stake. I don't know if I'm greedy or whatever, but if we started some shit, I'm in there.
Do I say that Chitungi Zainu?
Yeah. If we start some shit, best believe I'm in there till the shit goes down.
It's human nature. Yeah, it's human nature.
You know what I mean? Like, because
but they were okay letting it go.
There's nothing wrong with getting stake, but you also have to acknowledge how much of the stake have you contributed.
True.
So when we look at it, when I look at ZimPraise right now, there's very little
that you
that
contribute,
remains
that you started with.
We started. It's what's happening and what Jose did with the ZimPraise kids and the AfriPraise and everything that he's doing and his partnerships with Nyaradzo and all these things. Those are all his ingenuity and his hustle. And if I would be very selfish and greedy if I went there and said, I started this in 2006. So give me
I'll be that guy.
He would.
So I
listen here.
I am not that guy. I'm the guy who acknowledges someone's hard work, and I acknowledge their input, and I acknowledge what they've done and their quality leadership. There are so many things that Jose does that shocked me when he came. Because being the son of a pastor, I was raised by communal parents. Let me explain. We had a farm. And everyone had the same workload.
Yeah.
There was, when you got there was no employee. Everyone was just hustling. You're like 10 lines each, through Sakura, and that's it.
Right.
Jose comes, he gets into a practice. He's like, everyone who got here, get out. It's like, hey, how do you do this to people that are volunteers? That are just...
Hey,
who the fuck is this nigga?
Yeah, like
don't do that.
Not in those words, but...
Don't do that.
Yeah. I didn't say them, but maybe I was thinking.
You're probably thinking
I
it.
say them for you. Don't worry.
Yes.
I got you.
For me, it was a culture shock.
And you were not able to do that.
I could not do it. It's getting hard. Yeah, I'm actually starting to understand how to be a boss now. But for Jose, he was raised in a pastor's family. His dad was like the AFM president, leading over 5,000 churches.
Yeah.
With leading pastors who led pastors and pastors that led pastors. So delegation and all these things, they came natural to him. You could just
I've seen him. He's ruthless.
Yeah, you just get this thing.
But he gets results.
You are now CEO. You are now my PA. You are now. It's like, and these people just start wearing suits. Like, I'm the ZimPraise COO. I'm like, dude,
relax.
What do you mean you're a CEO? Like, I read like books like The Entrepreneur and this, and I know CEOs. I'm like, Bill Gates is the CEO of Microsoft. Like now, before he was retired.
Yeah.
So my idea of a CEO was an S-class, and showing up with it. And this guy was just throwing titles. It's like, you are now the marketing manager. And then you'd get all these people, put them in suits, go meet GTO and say, this is our ZimPraise board.
Yes.
This is our COO. This is our...
Yes, put structure. Make it make sense.
I didn't understand this. I was more of the... So, no, this was like, these are the things that I admire and the things that he does.
Yeah.
He's a go-getter like that. So I've actually learned some things. He was younger than me, but I learned a lot from that. And that's the ZimPraise story.
So from ZimPraise, you then pursued or continued with your solo career.
With my solo career, yeah.
And then it was going really well.
But we're going to act like we don't see this fly, like a fly. Like
Isha,
it's summer, bro.
It's your house. What am I supposed to do? Can we get a spray
it's
then?
It's a Denny J fly. Let it alone.
Yeah, it's the soldier.
We digress.
So your solo career is doing absolutely amazing. One of the performances I'll never forget that I witnessed was with you and Wellington on the ZimPraise shows. One of the ZimPraise.
I loved working with him.
And then you guys were just like, you came with this praise medley, which is still a blast right now. If you sing it, don't you miss Wellington?
I do. Like, I miss Wellington because he did the heavy lifting. Like, when I went to perform, I would be the singing guy.
Yes.
He would be the hype guy. You'd get everyone engaged.
Yeah.
So now I'm a yin without his yang.
Is that when you parent?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we always go there.
Okay, so maybe let me rephrase.
Tembalami.
Let's be nice, Denny.
No, I'm his biggest fan.
It's cool.
Tembalami aperi baba. 2013 in Chipo. No, what happened was just adjusting. No,
you parried a little bit.
I moved resources to other things. Let me explain. When my career was at its peak, 2016, 2017, that's when I had my first baby. And once you have a family, you can't do the crazy things that you used to do. I once organized a whole tour, 14 cities in America from Zim, and funded it by myself.
That was 24.
I don't know, there somewhere 15, somewhere there.
Yeah.
I organized that whole thing, and I was like, you pay me to sing in New York, and then you pay for my flight to Texas. You in Texas, you pay for my flight to LA.
For real, you organized that?
In Zim.
Okay.
So why my music went quiet a bit is I'd started a family. And I couldn't do those crazy things I used to do. Because all I did was I would just pick my flat up and say, I'm going to America for 3 months. And I'll go tour the US, make some money, come back, buy a Mac, drive around. And,
it's very important.
When I met him, did you have like a convertible something?
Yes, I did.
Yes. He was...
GTB. Disturbing the peace.
Yes. I met him in 2015.
Yes.
And one of my friends had like a big crush on you, like a huge...
And you tell me now.
What's wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
She had like the craziest...
How is it going to help him now?
She had like the craziest
How
crush.
is it supposed to help him now?
Then he came to perform to church and she was just like...
Oh my God.
And I'm like, Iwe, She's like, look at him.
And you were like, and
in that
Becky,
service,
you were my friend. Like we.
In that service,
you're a hater. You're a hater.
paka uya mudiwa.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
You was rocking shades in
It
church.
was like always.
Yeah.
Paka uya mudiwa wood, and like it was cool. And then when you came on, this was like, and I was like, ew, you are blushing for it, Tembalami.
No, but I
What
God.
nigga, guys?
You know what? Maybe it's because I see him as my brother.
Withdraw Delela.
Withdraw Delela. You know what? I need to withdraw Delela.
Withdraw Delela.
So I knew about his talent, and I was like, no, this guy is really good. He's like, I know. But she was just there. And then worse off, after the service, you were very humble. You were not like,
Superstar.
see me, superstar. No.
Yeah.
But Pawaka Pindam Church, you had that a little. Do you know who I am? Do you know?
But and it was a week before I went on tour.
Wairira. I won't deny.
And then Prophet then says to the whole church that he's going to America.
Which prophet?
Prophet.
No names.
No names.
Because if we start that thing at Pedzi, Dana Papa, we still respect them very much. Yeah, so he leaves the church and he's greeting people, taking pictures, and this, my friend, is just.
What were the hit songs then?
There was Baete and there was Hande.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hande.
And there was LOV. Yeah. And my hit did now.
Okay, so like when I look at gospel music, right? Like there are lots of gospel artists. Like I have a lot of gospel artists that I like from Anashingisai Saluma, Fungisai, and whatever from back in the day, right? I don't see a lot of them now.
Yeah, dude, you are revealing your age right
now.
Yeah.
Now I'm an old dude.
He always sells himself out.
I'm an old dude.
These days I'm quiet.
But when I look at Tembalami, why in because I remember. Because by many time I go look at my streets because
but also
because of your style of gospel.
Yeah, but also I grew as a person.
Yeah.
Like my sound grew. Like if you look at the kind of music, that's when I did Nyasha Zenyu and Mirira. It was
Dito acapella. Nyasha Zenyu.
Yeah.
And this one. Yeah,
but what in that
just prove to
but still Gadimotara Nyasha Zenyu.
Zinogara
Uyo
Negusinga feri baba Torumbiza. So you see the difference, Denny.
I mean, what better I go, but
when you say your sound changed because you were not singing a lot of worship back then.
Yes, I wasn't.
Why jump summer speak?
Yeah, I would do an album and I would do crazy praise and do 2 worship songs, but my later music had a lot more worship.
Which I think you are absolutely amazing at.
Yeah, but the problem now, it's so much. Adzirire ma streets and adzirire ku radio. So Denny would not know them unless you be in that space.
Gotcha.
So if you look at my biggest songs right now, it would be that Mirira, that Nyasha Zenyu, and that Goodness of God.
The cover
I
yes,
did.
Yeah.
That's actually my biggest song on YouTube. Over.
I remember you
was
telling me. The cover,
Goodness of God. The Goodness of God. There,
all my life you have been faithful.
Shit, yeah, I heard that. I was listening.
Yeah, yeah. Mskana ukutaura sisi wine. Akatoito cover because in the Bethel music.
Oh, in the Bethel music.
It has been covered by
the way Sisi sings is like it's
she owned it.
She owned it.
She was artist of the year with someone's song.
So you're 9 million views with that?
Yes, with that song.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you see the difference now is half. I look at my analytics.
Yeah.
Half my followers, I have close to 120,000 subscribers now on YouTube. 80, maybe 70% of them listen to the worship stuff and not to the crazy jumping stuff. When I was doing the crazy jumping stuff with all that success, all I have was with 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
when I started doing Nyasha Zenyu, Mirira, Goodness of God, and all this
the worship
stuff, I gained over 80,000 subscribers, and I got that YouTube plug.
But then this is what you are saying, that on a different platform you were succeeding with the worship, but on mainstream now it wasn't giving
even
you
my local listenership. If you look at those years where Denny is saying amuskurira mdana ndairira kuma Caribbean. So if you look at my audience right now, you see that it's bigger outside of Zim than it is in Zim.
Yeah.
So even my Spotify, the first church to say we want to pay you $15,000 for a gig.
Look at what?
Was a Caribbean church in Canada.
What the fuck, nigga?
Can
I use these words?
Not a Zimbabwean church in Canada, a Caribbean
15K.
island.
And I wasn't going with a band.
It was just you.
Just me. And that's when that variant of COVID hit and they couldn't bring me.
Shit.
But it opened my eyes to say there is music that you can do. One more jamba speaker. And there is music that you can do that brings so much value and so much change in people's lives that they are willing to pay for it.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
He was telling me the last time when we were to Birmingham.
Yeah.
Actually had breakfast with Tembalami in Birmingham. In Birmingham.
She had to just throw
of course,
it in there.
Nash is not here.
Where did you have this breakfast again?
In Birmingham.
Oh, okay.
He was telling me about the testimonies. Where were we?
I think we were staying at Holiday Inn or something.
Yeah, but I'm saying the
area.
The area. I forgot.
But
it
was Birmingham Central.
Okay.
Birmingham Central. He was telling me about the testimonies that he was receiving from his followers and his subscribers about how the song helped them through difficult times. And he would get people saying, I've remitted this amount of money, please do a specific cover for my uncle, it's his birthday. No, but the cover is there already. No, yes, but I want you to say happy birthday Bamkuru. Ningi ningi.
Yeah.
And then
you
do the song.
One song and they pay you 2K. And when I'm doing an event here, a big artist comes and the promoter wants to pay me 2K to come and sing with a band. So for me, I would rather be munagapera and do things that bring me value.
So they must
be seen on the platforms.
They must withdraw
Delela, yes.
But you are big on that also. Why do you treat local artists like that?
No, the reason being we don't understand how to grow an industry. And that's our biggest issue as a people.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the pusher, if you look at radio right now, a socialite would easily get an interview on radio. Kufura an artist. Even though radio depends on music for them to work. Do you know why the Star FM Awards died?
Are they dead?
They did?
Yes. Did we have Star FM Awards this year?
I have not online. This year. Was it this year? Was
exactly.
It last year?
But when they started with the online, they're dead. The reason why they're dead is the first Star FM Awards. Everyone is excited.
Hey, bring them back, please.
We are super excited. We are going to the Star FM Awards. I was nominated. I get there. I was sitting on a plastic chair. Shit. Imagine going to the Grammys and Beyonce is a sideshow sitting on a plastic chair and there is Mbinga sitting because they are
breathe.
Because they are CEOs at ZimPaper, not at Star FM, at ZimPaper. Somewhere there, they are like, these are my boss, my boss with ZimPaper. So my boss with ZimPaper go on there and they start saying, so what they did, I was sitting there, ZimPraise, I was sitting here.
My plastic chair.
My plastic chair. And we were sitting in the dark. We were not like sitting in the light.
Comfort is my guy.
Yeah,
like,
and when I'm saying
hey, what's up with the plastic chairs, bro?
But it's not him. It's a culture that we have. We don't have plastic chairs. No,
I want to say something, but they're my bosses. How do I say that?
Don't worry, I got
I'm quiet.
you. I'll say all the shit
quiet.
that needs to be said.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think it was Enzo who won Song of the Year.
Okay.
There was this Mbingas who came and was like, I'm fana chamono Tompo 1000. Imagine saying that to Beyonce at the Grammys.
Shit.
Picture that.
That's it.
So we don't even know who the CEO of AT&T is. Because you don't see them at the Grammys, even though they were bad Ramad. It's not Star FM. You have the same thing at the Zimas. You have the same. The VIPs at a music event are the musicians.
That's it.
Should be the musicians.
Yeah.
And no one else. Everyone else who's coming.
They must sit on plastic fucking chairs.
They are the ones.
Why have the plastic chairs?
Why? We don't want to have the plastic chairs. But if they are going to be plastic chairs, your superstars should not be sitting on that. Because we are all gathered together.
Don't we have a Mbinga culture in Zimbabwe?
We do.
And
that's our biggest issue. So the second Star FM Awards comes, artists didn't show up for them.
Because of how
they were traumatized by the fucking plastic chairs.
Who wants to come to an award show to get humiliated?
This is a big radio station.
So we have this culture. I went to an album launch. The guest of honor is a certain minister who was the minister of arts and culture.
What's his name?
A certain minister.
Denny,
Denny J show. People want to know.
No, it's not a person problem. It's a culture problem. Okay, that's where I want to get at.
Cool.
And when they went to speak, they didn't mean to sound like that.
Yeah.
But they didn't understand what they were saying.
Yeah.
They're like, you need to diversify. I'm going to give you cows. And this is my album launch.
Yeah.
You are turning the biggest artist in the country into a farmer.
You need to diversify, Tembalami. Yeah, you need to diversify.
Yeah, I don't need no cows, nigga.
You do not go to a Beyonce show and say, I think Beyonce, you now need a ranch.
Hey, so you were offered cows? Were you offered cows?
No, I'm saying another artist, not me.
Another artist.
And this artist is way bigger than me.
Okay.
I was a guest. And this is the torchbearer.
Yeah.
What we are expecting when you get there is to say, we are putting $50,000 as the state
to make sure
as
that
a creative
your music
fund so that our music goes beyond borders.
Yep.
But what we are doing is we are telling them that what you are doing, even though you are the biggest artist in the country, is nonsense because you don't have cows.
Drink what? Chimbonga mvura.
Shit.
Fema. Chimbonga mvura.
I mean, what type of cows were these, though? Because I saw on WhatsApp or YouTube, somebody bought those very expensive cows.
One with the hump thing.
Yeah, what if it was one of the most expensive cows?
Yeah, it can be the most expensive cows, but royalties trump cows any day. Okay. Because a cow only makes you money when it gives birth to a cow. And do you know how many cow babies you get in a year? One cow baby.
I mean, the other cow was bought for like 5 million rand.
Yeah, but those are not proper. Like those are like
breeding. They're not regular. They're like
steroid cows and stuff.
Those are like John Cena cows.
We're talking about a regular $200 cow.
But the royalties can trump the cows anytime if the royalty system works.
Yeah, because do you know how much money I've made from this cover?
Shit, I would love to know, nigga. I was about to ask you.
Okay,
I'm doing a cover tomorrow.
Upwards
I'm coming
of $20,000.
Coming for vocal training.
I'm in the wrong industry.
Yeah, and this is
Let's shut this down, Danny. What are we doing?
A waste of time.
And this is one.
You should be singing.
And this is one song. There's one woman who keeps paying me to do.
What do you mean keeps?
She pays me every time there's an event in a family and in their church to do a rendition of that song that I record on my phone, and she pays me $1,000 all the time.
Bless that woman. Tell her I can sing also.
And do you know how many cows that is? That's 5 cows every time I do a rendition that I record on my phone and send it to her on WeTransfer.
Okay, so we get bloggers, commentators, day in, day out, commenting about the lack of a music industry in Zimbabwe, there's no industry, there's no culture, and then the artists end up creating their own system and culture that works for them, makes sense for them, that I'm a celebrity and everything. Because if you want to do it for me, like the president of Uganda, I won't wait for you.
Yes.
I'll do it myself.
You know.
Do we have
the
a music industry, or is it a faculty, or is it a what are the other words, Danny, that we can use for the music system?
You said fraternity last time. What did you say this time?
Faculty.
Fraternity.
Fraternity.
So you see the problem with our bloggers. They bite the hand that feeds them.
How so?
Because they
not telling the truth.
They are talking down an industry at its birth stages, and then we can't have someone invest.
Birth stages.
But listen to me. You can't get investment in an industry that keeps telling people that people are not making money in it.
But are they making money in it?
He's making money.
But you're an individual.
Yeah.
Is the industry making money?
Yes. Here's how the industry makes money.
Who's the industry?
The industry is everybody.
Yes.
So out of everybody, like if we have 1,000 artists and only 5 or 10 are making big money, do we really have an industry?
But do you know why we are not making money?
Why?
Because people that have money and want to invest don't even know that they can actually invest in a music industry and make money. So the problem is every day big as you water. Music. You can never build an industry like that.
Is there a music industry?
Right now, no.
There's a what?
Right now we have silos. We have a Tembalami who understands what works for Tembalami.
So even
and a ZimPraise that understands what works for ZimPraise.
Okay.
And in Everton that understands what works for Everton.
So even gospel tinema silos
tinema silos.
Tinema
silos. Because we don't have an industry voice. We can't lobby for anything.
I mean, you've got the National Arts Council.
We've got the National Arts Council
with Napoleon on it now. Isn't that like a fresh brain?
That's a fresh brain that
something
we have,
to tap into
that we have now. But Napoleon is not in charge of music. He's in charge of
arts.
Sculptors,
that's everything.
Painters,
poets,
Denny J's, and everyone who's in the arts.
Oh yeah.
So his portfolio is so big.
You can't do it all.
You can't do it all. It's good to have him there, but he is also a silo.
Yeah.
And what we have now is the Zimbabwean culture where I only want to be successful to the extent that the current problems that we have don't apply to me.
So who is supposed to put up an industry? It's not you. I mean, it's you as an artist, you're interested in making money from your art and looking after your family.
It is me.
Your business is not to take care of the next artist. I mean, if you do, that's cool. But it's not your job.
You see, the problem now, if I think like that, is we are going to have the
is it your job?
The Sulu, the same Mutukudzi, the Sauma Mutukudzi, is because Mutukudzi said it's not my job to create an industry.
What's the purpose of the National Arts Council?
But wait, why National Arts Council only? Zimura does what? Yeah,
Zimura, Zimbabwe Union of Musicians, do they have that?
No. We've got Zimura.
No.
No.
Stop that.
Who's responsible?
We've got Zimura. Zimura is...
It's just about the music rights, right?
It's about songwriters' music rights.
Yeah.
They only look for...
Songwriters?
Yes, songwriters.
Not the performers.
Not performance, just mechanical rights.
Yeah. So if we're to point at somebody, it would be Nicholas Moore, right?
No.
National Arts Council.
We can't point at people. When it comes to music, it has to take a Tembalami, a ZimPraise, an XQ, and the people that hold the biggest sway in the industry to come together and form a union. The problem with all the unions that we have you gone to a Zimura meeting before? I've gone to 5 of them.
Okay.
They are the most annoying meetings that you ever have in your life. Why? Is because the people that get paid the most for composing the biggest songs don't show up for those meetings. The people that show up are the people that don't make any money from it. They are just there to lobby so that they can get into the Zimura board of directors and earn $50 every time they sit. So that's the biggest issue that we have. And if you go and speak to the Zimura employees, they'll tell you that we are so tired of not having the right people coming for these meetings because we have the most shallow discussions there and nothing gets done.
Nothing gets done.
So why I keep pointing to National Arts Council is because there's certain legislation that you need to be put in place to help you with what you're trying to achieve as artists, right?
Yes.
So, of course, National Arts Council is a body of government that has to take care of you.
Yes.
You know, so you can do so much as artists, even if you had unions. But you need legislation put into place, you know, to help you on the legal aspect of.
Yeah. But one thing about government now is government is not passionate about the arts. They are not artists in those offices. They are not going to
Nicholas Moyo is very passionate about the arts.
But we've
had him
so
on the
much.
show. Yeah, I know. We've had him on the show. He's very passionate about the arts, but it's just that, of course, he has a portfolio which has to look at sculpture and all this other stuff. And
do you know why music. I'm saying he's not the right person?
Yeah.
He's not as passionate about getting paid from music as I am.
So who's the right
because you're
person?
a musician.
So who's the right
It's
person?
the musicians.
So the musicians need to have a meeting.
Yes.
Select a board.
Yeah, the problem
Create
with our
a
musicians.
board.
Here's the problem with our musicians. The successful ones are thinking that they are so successful so much that they don't need an industry. And they don't have time to come and sit with others and have that conversation. What they are not understanding is their kids are looking at them and thinking, I will be a musician too.
Like that.
Exactly. So by the time they leave, there will be another musician. Like the Andy Brown kids.
Yeah.
Super talented. But there's no industry to support it because their fathers did not meet to say, let's form an industry, let's form a coalition and speak. Because you can't lobby without influence.
Tembalami, do you think I give a fuck
No.
if I'm a musician who's doing well? Do you think I give a fuck about the other guys?
That's the problem. Because you're going to live forever.
No, realistically speaking, right? Like, if I'm a musician and I make money from music,
I don't care.
and I'm making my money in the music,
I won't look at
I'm
the
not
next
coming to
person.
your fucking stupid seminars to talk about how can we move shit forward because my shit is already moving forward.
So
I don't
But
even
are you
dare.
going to be the only one?
No, I'm
yes,
just trying to tell you like how people think, right?
Yeah,
People
so-
are very individual.
Yeah, and that's the problem that we have because we are in silos. If you look at the Grammys, do you know who sits on those boards? It will be Quincy Jones, and it's the fathers of the industry that say, we own this. They are the ones that go and say, Spotify, if you don't pay us this money, we are switching off our music. The problem now is Zimura goes, and the best people that are representing us, they go for that meeting with the minister and say, ZBC hasn't paid us royalties in 7 years. If you do that, we're going to switch off our music. Or like,
Zima.
I'll bet Nyat, Zima. But if he goes to that
Why
meeting,
am I laughing? Don't do that.
if he goes to that meeting, he's got ZimPraise and Killer T and Maendere and Tembalami and everyone who's getting paid in music. They go to that meeting. They're like, "Ayo, Minister, 7 years we have not been paid. If we are not paid, isusu as musicians, we are Zimai music edu.
Yeah.
You think something will happen?
Something will happen. But what happens is our Betnyati goes and says, Zima music head. One over phone with ZimPraise or not Zima music. On Zai music.
Okay, but you know, like I'm saying, like I get where you're coming from, and
Yes.
and your way of reasoning, and how people are stronger if they're together. You know, but what I'm saying is like because people are individualistic in nature.
Yes.
If I get into music to make money and I'm making money, I don't give a fuck about Tembalami.
Exactly. That's why we don't have industries.
So
Do you know why?
It's not up to me. It should not be up to me.
It should. If you go to ZimPraise,
because I'm not going to come.
Let me paint a picture.
Paint the picture.
Let me paint a picture for you.
Paint the picture.
Have you ever been to ZimPraise here at Masasa? There's ZimPraise, there's Sebo Chemicals, there's Windmill, there's... Do you know who built those industries? It was farmers. They said, as farmers, we do not want to pay for expensive fertilizer. We want to make sure that we make our own fertilizer. They got together, got funding, put together things, and they built those 5 industries that control the fertilizer industry in Zim.
Okay.
Those farmers were rich. Those farmers were making money. Those farmers were successful. But they thought about it to say, I'm farming now. They're even old even. They're saying, my kid has learned farming from me. If I don't make sure that they get an ammonia a plant that makes ammonia, he's going to be buying fertilizer from an expensive place. So industries and systems are not built by selfish people. They are built by dreamers and outliers that say, my kid is going to be a musician, and if he goes be a silo, he's not going to make enough money. Because the reason why I can't make as much money as I should is I don't have a live nation backing me. If we had a live nation in Zim, then we would have a ZimPraise national tour. You would go to Gokwe and there will be an auditorium there.
Sponsored by Live Nation.
Exactly.
I like how you bring the example of farmers and them coming together to create an industry in terms of fertilizer and all these inputs that they need for their production. It's somewhat different though when it comes to musicians.
But you're not making money.
Because what I'm saying, like, okay,
the musicians that think they're making money, they're not.
I look at ZimPraise, okay, for example.
He's not making money.
No, hold on. I look at ZimPraise, right? Yeah. ZimPraise, I don't know what motivation he would have in being part of a union of musicians, right?
But it would be dope, though.
No, it would be. But what I'm saying is, even if he doesn't do, he's okay, right?
He's
they
not.
Are musicians. No, he's
what, what makes you think he's not?
Okay, hold on,
let me explain why I'm saying he's not.
Let me get my point across, right? There are a lot of musicians who would benefit from a union that is powerful. Right.
Yeah.
And it's mostly the upcoming.
Not really.
The small. No. Hold on. The small artists or whatever. ZimPraise, for example, I can tell you, he never dreamt to be where he is today. For him, where he is it. You understand what I'm saying? It might not be where he could be. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're looking at a bigger picture, but he could be so much bigger, right? Yeah. So could Winky D.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
Exactly.
But these people, when they started, they didn't think they would be where they are.
But that's all of us. We have to now fit into the shoes that we're wearing now.
If I can buy myself a nice house, a nice car, and I have 1, 2, 3 houses, I'm okay. You might have a bigger dream for me. You might think, no, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
But I could be okay with that.
Yeah, no.
And then I won't be motivated to be part of your movement because you need to bow.
Exactly.
You want to dream it bigger. But dream it bigger. And we need that.
Oh, and sweet.
But then...
And I'm a muscle because you need me in your union. Could you make a sense? You need a ZimPraise and Wingity to be part of any music union because
that makes sense.
Top.
Exactly. That's my point.
But at the same time, Winky na jagana boga. I
think Dopanita kita role National Arts Council.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The only people who can break this and make it
Ongori right in saying the National Council is important. Yeah. Where they are important is why I now look at these things and I see them different is exposure is a way of opening your eyes to possibilities. My friend, I went to the US, to Florida. There's a whole city called Orlando built from a drawing of a mouse.
Eyo.
A whole city with 5 theme parks, thousands of hotels, millions of people that work in that Disney ecosystem that was started from a drawing. If Walt Disney had said, Mickey Mouse has been a success, I'm going home, I've made enough money, I've bought a house, then we would not have that. So sometimes we need the exposure and the vision to actually believe that we can have a full auditorium with proper sound system in Masvingo, because right now we don't. So even though I want to host ZimPraise and Masvingo, the first thing I start thinking of is I'll have to get Events Evolution to carry all their equipment to go to Mashingo. And then if it's raining, how do I have an event? Because I can only do it outdoors. All of those are opportunities for us to make money. Because whoever is going to build that auditorium, put good sound and lighting, can host Winky D, Freeman, Mahendere, Tembalami on a weekly basis, which is the Madison Square Garden. Do you know the Madison Square Garden does events daily in a 60,000 seater? On a Tuesday, there's
something happening.
They have John Legend. On Wednesday, they have the Beatles, or they have Lady Gaga on Thursday. Then they have Miley Cyrus on the next day. And they do that every day for 6 months.
That's the garden.
That's the garden. There's a show on a Tuesday.
And people are going out on a Tuesday.
There's Michael Bublé on a Tuesday. So what we are thinking that we have success, we don't. Bruh, I saw a Rihanna tour when I went to the UK. The whole city was at a standstill. You come out of the tube, you are looking at Rihanna. We go out, there's a bus carrying Rihanna. You switch on your TV, Rihanna is there. You switch on your radio, Rihanna is there. When she goes into the Wembley, there's 90,000 seats that have been filled. And that, my friend, is success. And the cheapest ticket is $100. Do you know how many millions we're talking right now?
But that's a country with a culture of entertainment.
That's an industry.
I don't know what we
your
have.
Your success has to sit on an industry for you to be successful. Right now, our success is sitting on a silo. So I have to start thinking.
And if your silo drops, that's it. It dies with you. It's gone.
If I'm ZimPraise, I'm thinking,
Okay.
You seem very passionate about this whole industry thing.
Yeah, I'm not Kwanzaa.
No, because who's going to do it?
No, the thing is, we need a buy-in for it to be an industry. The biggest issue is what Denny was saying. As long as people are still thinking that I can live outside of the system, they have no need to create the system. But what they don't understand is what they are missing out from the system. Systems bring security. The reason why we have copyright strikes right now is because YouTube created a system to protect musicians.
Right.
If I sing your song today, ukanona ndichimba song yako kumchato wa Sirifia. There's nothing you can do in Zimbabwe. Because there are no systems. So that's where the industry goes. But once there's an industry, we now start creating platforms where the Beatles can come and say, take my royalties for this album. I want to buy a house. I need a mortgage.
Oh, and then you buy those royalties, and then you can sing all their songs, all you want, without fear of being sued.
Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, like her discography was sold for close to $1 billion. That's how much royalties can make you. But the reason why they can sell for that much is there is an industry to exploit those royalties to make money from them. When there's no industry, you can't make money from them.
So might as well just continue doing what you're doing, because apana industry Tembalami must focus on Tembalami.
But someone has to start.
Janet focuses on Janet, Everton on Everton, Mumwe to their own.
We had Nicholas Moore on the show. Becky had him on the show.
Yes.
And he was saying there's no industry. Not that he's proud that there's no industry, but the reality on the ground is that there is no industry.
There's no industry.
Yeah, you know? But I love Nicholas Moyo. I love his mind.
Yeah, you know, so I don't know if it's up to him to create the industry, because an industry works on synergies, you know.
Yes.
There are things that you need, and there are things, you know, an industry starts from the sound system, the you know, getting all the equipment and everything. And you can actually create an ecosystem where everybody gets paid, you know, down the value chain, right? Like,
yeah.
But the industry doesn't exist, and I don't know whose job it is.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you said value chain.
To create.
The musicians need to be educated, not by someone, but by themselves. You have to be hungry to understand your industry. I keep stressing this to musicians. Once we understand, the next time an investor comes, you know where to put the money. The problem that we're having right now is we are getting a lot of investment into the industry that quickly evaporates and goes outside the country. Because the moment you come to me and say, Tembalami, I want to sponsor a show, you're like, I think I need to bring Benjamin Dube. And then how much does Benjamin Dube charge?
You're not enough.
Yes.
It's basically what they say.
Yeah. I'm like, let me bring Benjamin Dube. Benjamin Dube says, to come to your event, I want 20K. I'm like, okay, Denny.
Like, I've never been paid 20K.
I've never been paid 20K. But in my mind, because I don't think I'm enough, I'd say, Denny, pay Benjamin Dube 20K. Denny is my sponsor. Denny pays Benjamin Dube 20K. They're like, no, but Benjamin Dube needs flights. How much are the flights? I think another 5K. We pay Benjamin Dube flights, 5K. And then once we're done, we're like, but I can't be Tembalami and do an event alone. I think we need Michael and Janet. How much is Michael and Janet? I think 5. And then you're like, 5K. And then we're already at what? 35. And then Events Evolution comes and says, for you to do this event for Benjamin Dube, he's going to bring his band and everything. I want 15K.
I think Events Evolution, whoever the fuck they are, should pay us something because you mentioned them 3 times.
No, they are good.
He's mentioned them 3 times tonight.
No,
They
they are
are
the
good.
biggest. They are the biggest sound company right now.
They are
Okay.
good.
So
Stage and everything.
I keep just.
Events Evolution pay us something.
Say good.
Yes, got
Quite
to
to them,
Yeah,
Maria.
pay or something. All right, so you pay them that, and then HICC says we want 20K for our venue. You pay them 20K. Your
they're
budget
nice,
is
they'll
already
sell you
at
18.
80K.
How much are you getting?
That's the question. Then you do all of this.
Nothing. I'm giving you a
And
banger
then
of a
once
show.
I do the banger of a show,
And maybe gate takings.
and then
Maybe.
we do our gate takings. The event is at $10 standard and $20 VIP. $10 standard times 4,000 is 40,000. You are now half. And then your VIP makes you maybe another 20, you're at 60. The event costs 80. Denny now who has put man is like,
Saka, what am I getting out of
you are an idiot. You wasted my money. The music has bad that. Because he has put in 80,000. And he's a businessman, he's not a musician.
Yeah.
And after he's put it, he will never do music again. What did you get? You didn't get any money. Wasara ni chikweleti che 20,000 chawakufonera every day. Becky ana kupedza kubhadhara 1.2 yake yekuita MC. Akufona. Mari yaenda na Benjamin Dube.
No, Becky is on 2,000.
Okay. Becky, I'm just throwing numbers. So
He ain't lying, those stage
Okay.
events. Yeah. yeah.
So Becky wants a 2K. You paid the 1,000 deposit. You're like, Becky, no kona.
Yeah, ndokona.
And she's like, Becky's like, this is Tembalami, he's my brother. It's fine, Tembalami, I'll
Of
come.
course.
Unozongondipa 1,000 rangu.
Yeah.
Event yapera. Becky akufona. Inini ndina muchipande. Promoter wangu atsamwa support.
Kuti watambisa mari.
Wanyudza mari yangu. So zvipandikana zvakuuya uya akwanisa kufonera because haana relationship naye. Akufonera inini. Indauti
Stress ya apa manje.
ndakanyura azvina kufamba mushe. And most of the people that suffer in that scenario are your friends and your band members and the people that are close to you.
Yeah.
Because those are the only people you can arm twist into taking little. So in the event of doing all this, we are externalizing resources that should have been kept.
But do you not also agree to the fact that, like, if we were to do a Tembalami show in Celebration Center, Tembalami might not be able to fill it up by himself?
That's true.
Yeah, and then
But-
so I have to bring this Benjamin Dube
But
guy.
so was Burna Boy when the first time he came to Zimbabwe. You could not even fill Pablo's.
Yeah, that's true. But what I'm saying is,
so what we need to do is we grow to it. I've had a few promoters that came to me and said, I want to bring this artist from the US. I tell them, this artist will cost you 60,000. You're going to go into the celebration center that will cost you another 20,000. And you're going to bring supporting acts that you're going to arm twist
To pay less.
to pay less because you're bringing a big artist. And this is what I always tell artists. I don't care who's coming.
I'm big.
I'm not coming for less than I charge.
yeah,
Just to support you to make a stupid decision, because it is.
Shit.
So whenever you do that, you are going to pay this for lack of a better word. Let's say Travis Green or Tasha Cobbs 60,000. Tasha Cobbs takes your 60,000, goes home. To her, you're just another customer from Africa.
Yeah.
There's no relationship. There's no Tasha Cobbs. I want to do this charity event. Please come and help me.
It's okay.
Tasha Cobbs is not coming. Tembalami might come.
60,000.
Because Denny mfeso wangu. Denny is doing something kushitungwiza. Kuhood rake. Let me go and assist Denny mfeso wangu. Akambondi diri. Ngondipa few Denny ndo yandoita. But they pay Tasha Cobbs all their money. When they now want to go to Shtungiza, they're like, Tembalami, Andina Mari, I'm just doing this for charity. The problem is, why end this Amari?
Withdraw.
What you could have done with your 60,000? Here's how you feel the celebration center. You say, in 3 years, me and Tembalami, we want to fill the celebration center. So the first event we're doing is the venue, no audience. That's what Spirit Music did when they started with Benjamin Dube. Their first 3 events with Benjamin Dube were live recordings, no audience.
How were they making their money? Online?
They are not making your money yet because you need to build it before you can make money. Autengese muru.
Saka yori kuti ndobhadhara mukomana heavy pack.
Iwe unotora 60,000 yako and spread it. And say, I want to get to 60,000 with Tembalami. But I want to start here. So we do the venue. No audience. We record the best recording that we've ever recorded.
Right.
Take that recording, take it to the best mixing engineer who mixes for Hillsong. He will charge you 2,000 a track to mix. You've done these 6 tracks for the EP. It's going to cost you 12,000. You have not lost 60,000. You have spent maybe 20,000 on that. But this is going to give you such a great product that when you push it, you are now ready to feel the 7 arts.
When you say join us for the what, people have seen
yes,
already what you can do.
They've seen. When you look at Dr. Tumi where he is now, do you remember his first recording?
Oh, yeah.
It was 10 people sitting on sofas. Yes. You are here and we something. There was no audience. That's Spirit Music. Those are the same guys that gave us Benjamin Dube. They gave us Dr. Tumi. They gave us Omega. They gave us... They understand that. They are the ones that gave us a spirit of praise.
Yeah.
So they move in stages.
So you have no problem with not like filling up?
I don't have a problem with not filling up because I know what it takes to fill up a 5,000-seater venue. It takes me to go and pay $5,000 to radio so that they blow that song up. I'm going to need 4 or 5 billboards across Harare for people to know that there's a show. It's not that they don't like Tembalami. They just don't know enough Tembalami to be excited to come to a Tembalami show. And you build towards it.
Okay, so how much of a role is money playing now? Because I know back in the day, you had to pay for play, right, with DJs.
Yes.
On radio stations. Because back then, if you weren't buzzing on radio,
you're nobody.
You're nobody. But nowadays you have Instagram, TikTok, you have YouTube, and all this stuff.
Beautiful platform.
So how much is money, in play right now in terms of pushing music for artists in general?
It plays a huge role because you still need to market on those platforms. You might have the best song, but if it's not trending, or if it hasn't caught fire, it will go seri kwa YouTube. You know, get 1,000. Because what YouTube does is when you give them their song, they just throw it to look like is it going to stick somewhere.
All right.
So if you're from Zimbabwe, audience they throw your music towards Mbira Zenarira. And if it doesn't stick, they throw it towards ZimPraise's audience. If it doesn't stick, they're like, Zimbabweans don't like this music. Then they don't push it anymore. And that's how it does.
Sure.
Right. So in terms of radio stations, because now, like, when I look at you and Downtown Yayaku team, you haven't been mainstream up until recently when you now have the new song, which I want you to do for us.
Yeah.
When you look at radio, back in the day, radio, if you didn't pay the DJs on radio, right?
Yeah.
And your music wasn't played.
Yeah.
You had absolutely no chance of
but,
making.
But now, it's now the opposite now. Because social media has made it in such a way that if you are big on social media, you can go on radio. And that's how Peter Denny got to radio. He was trending so much that DJs could not ignore him. They're like, we might as well have him. Even though they thought, even if they thought his music wasn't great or he was too new or whatever.
It was because social media pushed him so
But
much.
But conversely, I can tell you, like, there are people who are big on social media who have tried to do successful shows on YouTube, but YouTube is a different beast. It's like, it's so different. You could be very popular on Instagram or Facebook, but when you come to YouTube, it's different. You might not get the traction. Yeah. Because YouTube works in a certain other way.
Yeah, it's
so different from Instagram.
Yeah, but it can still be influenced because that's how you get certain influencers do a very average song and get it to trend on YouTube because they can go on TikTok and say, go to YouTube now, go to YouTube now, go to YouTube now.
And then it's all clicks.
Yeah, there was a time when one of these popular socialites went after me. Yes.
What did you do?
My big mouth.
Sweet Tembalami. Yeah, but you do have a big mouth.
You're a gospel guy.
Yes.
No.
Nobody goes after me.
So someone went after, if you go after the people I love, like, if you go after Denny, I'm coming after you. Because he's my homie. I'm like, Audaru. Because Denny is my guy. So someone went after Janet.
Okay.
And said, Janet had won an award. They're like, how can she be number one? This person was supposed to be number one. I was like,
who was supposed to be number one in their opinion? I mean, we can talk about it's an opinion.
Okay.
In their opinion, they felt Dorcas Moyo should have gotten it. I like Dorcas Moyo.
And Dorcas Moyo is amazing.
Yeah.
But Dorcas Moyo has a much different audience than Janet. And this particular radio station is a contemporary station.
So there was no way Dorcas was
There was no way. If it was Radio Zimbabwe, Dorcas Moyo would destroy you.
Like finish you.
If it is Inter Africa.
Dorcas Moyo is on fire.
You will not hear Tembalami mu Inter Africa. Dorcas, you are listening to Dorcas Moyo from here to Chipinge.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
love me some Dorcas Moyo.
Yeah, because she's amazing. The only problem was this was a very contemporary show.
Yeah.
And Dorcas Moyo wasn't even playing on the charts at the time.
Right.
Like she is now.
So you stood your ground and supported
your
girl.
And I said, no, look at this woman. She's feeling the HICC like she's doing an event in 100-seater.
Imagine.
You can't get that kind of traction and people paying money to fill a 5,000-seater.
Are you saying Dorcas Moyo won't fill the same 5,000-seater?
No.
Why?
Because it's not her audience.
No, what do you mean it's her audience? I mean, like, when I look at people who listen to Janet Manyowa,
they are not the same people.
Who listen, no. We were getting to that other point.
Yes.
You know, when I look at gospel music does not have subgenres as such. Okay, it does. It does from a technical point of view for musicians. Like, when you make music, you know you're making contemporary gospel or you're making this type of gospel or whatever.
Yeah.
But to believers, right? People who believe in God and believe in the music.
It's music. It's not the Bible. There's a huge difference. Listen, Denny.
Tembalami. Okay, I'll give you an example of the last concert that she had. Right. You can have a concert where you have Dorcas Moyo, right? And you have Janet Manyowa.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you have Michael Mayendere.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with this lineup.
Those are called different.
Hold on. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that lineup.
There's
right?
nothing wrong.
Yes.
Right. But they sing totally different music.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it's a gospel show.
Okay.
Yes.
You can even add Shikisai Siluma. I don't know if people still rock with her, but I like her.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So when we look at gospel music, or when vatendi vanofarira
vatendi, yeah,
andika vachenda kuma-concert avo avati aiwa apa Tembalami akwana apa because iwewe you can be put next to Baba Mechanic Manyoruki.
No.
Hold on. I've been a promoter for a long time.
Okay.
I can do a gospel show where I'll have Baba Manyoruki, Tembalami, I'll have Michael Mayendere, I'll have Janet Manyowa, I'll have Matthias. These are so different.
Let me help you on that one. As
would you mark my concert X on my concert?
No,
you
listen,
can't.
listen. Let me help you where we want the industry to be. Those ones are called a gala. Those are called Nguaya Kwana. Yeah, you know,
it's my concert.
There's no specific audience for that.
No.
You know,
the audience is
now listen where we want to go. In America, right now, Tasha Cobbs is on tour. 52 cities in stadiums. Not in churches, in stadiums. You were a promoter, that's
a superstar.
Now listen to where I'm going with this. If you take Dorcas Moyo to Nyanga, you put her in the stadium there, she'll feel it all by herself. You take Janet Manuel, put her there, there'll be 10 people. Mm-hmm. The reason is, even though we are all believers, there are believers that go to celebration, and there are believers that go to
Citadel,
Salvation Army. Citadel.
The needs and the expectation is different. Janet Manuel will not do an event without proper sound and proper lighting. If she does that, the people will walk out. Dorcas Moyo's people, they are no frills people.
They want Dorcas.
They want Dorcas. Even if you go and do it on the street and there are no chairs, it's a crusade.
As long as Dorcas shows up.
You get Janet there. They are not coming. The people that listen.
In other words,
yes.
If it were a podcast, Janet Manuel.
I will not let you go there.
So listen,
I will not let you go there.
I went and I sang.
I will not let you. Bako, no. I will not let him go there. You will not go there.
I'm trying to get it.
It's fine. You get him. You get him. Don't drag. Don't get everybody. Don't drag.
No, you're right. You're right, Denny J. Denny J.
Done.
I like the example that you gave of podcast. If you look at another podcaster, what's his name? The guy. All right. So,
we are not going there.
All right, we are not going there.
What's wrong with you people?
I wanted to talk about Trevor Ngube.
Trevor,
yes, even him. I don't have a problem with Trevor,
Yes.
but we are not going to do that.
No, why we're not saying any of them is bad.
Yeah.
We are just saying they are catering to a different audience.
Yes, so stick to the artist that you're talking about.
Okay, supermarkets. Some people buy from food lovers. Mm-hmm. Some people buy from Lucky 7.
Yes, some buy from Sika.
Yes, they are all
preference
different. So you find that Lucky 7 does not spend money on those fancy sprinklers that food lovers has that keep
on the vegetables and the fruits
water on
to make them make them look fresh.
Yeah,
it's either you want it or you don't want it, my guy.
So that's the difference with even gospel artists. There are gospel artists that cannot stand celebration music. That I invite to my church. They're like, I will not come to your church because of that music.
Yeah.
But I go there. I've been going there for 20 years. I love that music. Mm-hmm. The difference is there are people that cannot stand Tembalami. And if I go and say, you go to church so you should like me, I am being silly and stupid.
But your stuff is nice, though.
Yeah.
Because you're Denny J.
I thought it was universally nice.
No, there's no such thing as universally nice. In marketing, if you are targeting everyone, you are not targeting anyone. Unofana kutoziya inini gospel music yangu ndotoziya kuti inoteererwa nani, ane makore mangani, anotambira mari, mumwe artist wanoteerera ndiani.
I saw you at Tracy's birthday.
Oh yes.
And I was like, yes, Tembalami.
Those are my you see.
That's
uptown.
your crowd.
Uptown.
Extra uptown.
Ah,
my guy.
Kusadu kwa checho.
Kuseri kwacho.
Yeah.
Yes.
Saka Krenbona is Buddha.
So the idea is when you understand that audience, I always tell this to artists to say Janet spent 13,500 on a song.
Imagine.
It's public knowledge.
Yes.
She did say that on a launch to say we recorded this song with Andrew Bird. We had to fly a team to go and record. After that, we came back and then we went to Cape Town. We flew a team to go and record the video.
Yeah.
And
What song is that? I need to watch this
Ndimi,
song.
is it
Ndimi, yeah, it was Ndimi.
where she sang at the Cape Town Dunes.
Yeah,
It was
like
beautiful.
that. How many views? I talk views.
When you look at the video,
How many views?
Let me check.
goosebumps. But if you take that video, give it to audience, yeah, talkers, for instance, they don't like it. They don't even see why they are spending all that money on a video because that's not their thing.
1.6 million views.
That's not a very good investment.
It is.
From a
because-
view point of view, but I guess also it's
Yeah.
also streamed on Spotify and all these
No.
other places.
That's not where she makes her money.
What does she make her money?
Do you know what she's driving now?
No, I know she. I know.
Brand new Hyundai given to
No,
her
no.
by the company.
No,
Why-
I know that she's well off, but I'm
No,
saying
she's not
like,
well off. That's a company that came and said, you are
see your
supposed
value.
to drive this car. Do you know why they did that? It's because they see the excellency and the quality in a production. And they say, this fits in well with our corporate brand.
So-
That's why you see Tammy is the Merck corporate brand here. It's because of the image and what she pays into her image. When you go to Nembudzia, who cares about image? Kana gitarira
Ding, ding,
that's all I want.
let's take it back. Like, if I do a production for $13,000, shouldn't I at least get my $13,000?
You might never get it back. You might never
mean,
get it
the
back, but
idea
the
of-
right
She has
people
gotten
will
it
see
back
you.
because when she does an event in the HICC, her cheapest ticket, her early bird ticket right now is $15. So she's going northwards of $30, and Dorcas can't do that because her fans, they can't do that. When you do that, you alienate your fans, and they
Kuti, what are you doing?
why are you charging so much? Because all we can pay, our maximum is 5.
Okay.
Moarare Gardens.
So people must spend $13,000 on a production.
No. Know your audience and know what they want.
Yeah.
If your audience can only afford this, then you need numbers.
So if you're gonna
So
do,
if you look at numbers,
yeah.
Dorcas has more numbers than Janet. Dorcas does more shows than Janet.
Yeah.
And in terms of what they make, they might be making the same, or Dorcas might actually be making more money.
Yeah.
Because when Janet does one show, Dorcas has 10. She can do 4 shows in a weekend. I've done shows with her. She is amazing on stage.
Yeah. I love
Just
this-
so you can
I
see
love
the
this
dynamics.
Dorcas.
The song I checked, yeah, Janet Ndimi, that was released 4 years ago. It was on 1.6 million views. Dorcas Moyo Manza Esekwe, which is like one of her biggest songs, a year ago is on 879,000. But a year ago.
Oh, Dorcas more.
Yes. And that's not where her audience is. So she's
That's
not even
it.
worried about this.
879,000?
Yeah.
Yes. And she's not even worried about this. Because her audience is inter-Africa. And they love her. And I won't say momo. Ukatoridza Tembalami wanokutonisana kuti
Driver ndochita muri kuridza icho.
Yeah, but was Dorcas more?
No, she's fire.
She's amazing
Yes.
in her lane.
She brings.
So as an artist, you actually need to know your lane. You need to know why I spend money on this. Because you can't do what Janet does when you don't have Janet clients.
Shoot.
Okay.
Yes. The same way.
You are taking us to school. He's taking us to school.
Okay.
There was a song that you mentioned that brought Tembalami back from Kupera.
Okay, well, let's talk about Upera Kwako Tembe.
Are we back? No, but he said he was playing husband, daddy duties.
Jenny
But in anabomira kukulava music.
So are you agreeing with Ongwa?
Andre super fan.
No. I changed strategies.
Ongwa pera little.
Not even.
Something.
No, Tembalami. Okay, listen.
Tembalami.
Listen, you were not the Tembalami that we knew.
Yes.
Yes.
And for a reason.
But for that,
don't tell us the reason.
we know it as Kupera.
Yeah, because that's also the shallow that I was talking about. Like
what shallow? What shallow?
Like people like Denny. I need to educate them.
Are they not people that you think of right now? You're like, but
Tembalami.
No.
Tembalami.
You're just trying to be like a Christian brother right now.
Tembalami.
There are people like that.
But I didn't bow.
Textual. Have you heard Textual on radio?
I played him today.
On radio?
Yes.
What is the song you're in?
I don't know the year.
Exactly.
I don't know the year. But
what is a golden oldie?
But no.
Do you know
It's the
his
song he did with Fig. With Fig Worship.
That was a long time ago.
How long time ago?
3 years, 4 years.
Can't be that old.
And that's not even his song. That's a Fig song.
Yeah, but Textual was there.
But what I'm saying
is... listen. I need you to understand. Textual understands his brand.
Yes.
The last recording Yakaita was a song that's not even playing on radio. Yakabuda 2 months ago. You don't even know it.
Not the one that the worship session that he did with Nyasha.
No,
not that one.
It was a worship recording he did in South Africa.
Yake. Okay.
That's not playing on radio.
Okay.
He hasn't played on radio for the last, 5.
And he's okay.
He's not okay. He's the most booked gospel artist.
No, I'm saying he's not okay with not being. Is he okay with not being played on radio?
Yes.
Like he doesn't mind
because he changed strategies.
Because I don't know.
So Kurira doesn't mean money. You can be poor and famous. Mono even wrote a real book.
Yep.
I'm actually fighting with my young producer right now. Mm-hmm. He wants to trend. I'm saying, no, create a brand. What Textual is, Textual was singing in India last week.
I saw. Yes, he was in India.
He's not playing on radio. What we need to teach our artists is how to create brands, not how to trend. Kurira bo sometimes.
Douche.
But Chris Brown akapezera kurira rini.
But Daddy Chris.
Ayo wakamira.
This is Daddy Chris. This is Daddy Chris we're talking about.
Ayo Chris Brown. Chris Brown wepa don't judge me. Achiri kurira zvekudaro.
Residuals my man.
Ayo. Asikurira zve.
Ayo
mfano wewe ma one. But what Chris Brown is an experience. Anogona ungasina song nyowani. But
you need to experience him.
To a Chris Brown show. That's what we need to teach our artists. Okay. I'm going
to be an experience.
Winky D experience.
Okay. Tembalami waramba kupera.
I thought yes, ndakapera, but it's not kupera. Ndakachinja strategy.
Remember kuti kupera kuri subjective one.
Kuri subjective.
Because iwewe wabvira kudaro uchita works. Andika. Saka in actual fact kupera na kupera ako, but kana wakatipa hit, the minute you give us a hit and then stop giving us hits, in our mind, okay, in our shallow minds, wapera.
No, it was a change of strategy. What you didn't understand is when I was giving you hits, I had 10,000 subscribers. When I stopped giving you hits, I gained 105,000 subscribers in that space. So, anonze apera munhu wekuti ahasisina
anything to give.
Awe kuti ndikanzi ndarwara nhasi ndapa GoFundMe.
Aitase?
Autekeza
airtime yako.
Kana mukaona ndapa GoFundMe wakunzi mukoma Tembalami rent yako ramba kubatana ndapera.
Yeah.
But
apo nongo wa down. Remember their terms.
But when
this life can be rough.
When I sit with musicians, I keep stressing there's a difference between being successful and being popular.
Right.
What do you want to do?
Very interesting. Remember I was speaking to that lady that
yes.
She said exactly the same thing. This is a guest that we're trying to bring on the show.
She did?
I think you need to bring her on.
She said exactly what he just said.
No, because even if you look at her, she's all right.
Yeah.
She's all right.
That's exactly what you're saying. Like, I'm not even about...
You know when Jinimbi was still alive?
Like that.
everyone who saw him, they thought he had Strive Masiwa, man. That's music for you. They can be artists vari kuita noise yakawanda yekuti unotofunga kuti they've Winky D or ZimPraise a man, but vari kubhukwa ma 1.5.
Have you ever been broke, Tembalami? Have you ever been broke since you went solo, got into the gospel industry scene?
Of course I've been broke. There are times that I've beat more than I can chew. I went into the celebration center at one point, did a whole event. The event had...
The one where you did the seminars and all of that, and then there was a concert.
One I broke even.
Oh, you broke even.
That one I broke even.
Well done.
I didn't lose money on that one.
Okay.
There are certain events that I did that even the pictures, I don't want to see them.
They remind you.
They remind me of that time.
You're traumatized.
My guy.
You are married with kids?
Yes.
Right? How did your wife take it? Because you were married at that time.
Yes.
Because though they are saying but you were doing further daddy duties. And
yes. No, I'd actually changed
your strategy, at that time. And then you lost money.
Yeah, when I lost money is I wanted to do something that was out of my comfort zone.
You were trying.
I was trying, but the pain of losing money and this industry will kill you. We have promoters that don't understand, not promoters, like companies, corporates that make promises and don't fulfill them. Big, huge corporates, were listed on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange.
Yeah, but don't work with them anymore. And you now know them.
Of course.
Yes.
I fired them.
Yes.
But after I lost, because you sign papers, so
and then they pull out last minute.
And then they pull out last minute.
Gangster.
Like, you are giving Tembalami too much money. Let's give him 500 in a local currency paid in his account 2 weeks after the event. I have done that.
How did your wife take it? Because now you've got these mouths to feed, you've got her to look after, you've got rents to pay, you got school fees.
Oh, there were tough moments. And your family and your people, they get traumatized the next time you say you want to do anything. They're like, oh my goodness, here we go again.
Do we need to do this?
Do we have to? Like, Tekshua hasn't done an event in 5 years. Why are we doing an event? That's what I'm event who's doing well.
Yeah.
There are some artists that don't even plan events.
Are they bored because they know the trauma?
They get booked so much and make so much
there's
money.
No need
they don't even do events. They come to your event and get paid. So do your math. Understand the business.
All right, so let's go to the song.
Gorerino.
That brought
Tembalami
back.
Let me tell you what I did different for Gorerino. Yeah. It was strategy. I actually knew what I was doing. I was like, I'm going to do something. We call them bubblegum songs with Mac D.
Okay.
In my first album, we did a song ends in number 1. I said, Jesundi number 1. So we put those lines intentionally because they are hooks that get into places like radio, they're pop. Like when I did a song like Sekere, Sekere, everything will be alright, dancing like Michael Jackson. I knew that when it came out, it's going on radio, it would do well because it was intentional. That's what I did with Gorerino.
Yeah, because you had to come back with a bang.
Okay. Yes, you know what? I tried. So if you check, turn around. Just turn around behind you.
Alright.
Yes,
alright.
With the city as a backdrop and everything.
Like Denny said, Nada pera, but I'm back like Msana.
You're back.
And for the first time, Gorerino is in the chat for the last 8 months.
No, Gorerino is doing the most. It's doing the most. And you will actually get... Wow.
Yes. Big like Msana.
Yeah. Angapera mkumana adzoka. Yeah.
I'm back.
And you actually get artists that say, one of my favorite gospel songs is Gorerino Tembalami. And for me, that makes me smile. Like, wow. Yeah. This is so dope. I interviewed some artists on my Ultimate Gospel 10 for am I allowed to say the
We got love.
on ZTN.
Okay.
Right? And most of the gospel artists were like, Gorerino.
Yeah,
And I
I
was like,
if I do say so.
if you do say so yourself.
Amen. Hallelujah.
The lyrics catchy, everything
Yes.
great. How did you then choose to say, this is the outfit that I'm going to sing with all the different choirs that we have? This is what you said. You were like, no, the Unveiled are the people that I'm going to do this song with. You
Yeah.
could have done it with Joyful Praise.
Oh,
You could
yeah.
have done it with Spirit Praise.
I do have a song with
ZimPraise.
Joyful Praise.
Oh, really?
And it's fire.
When is it out?
When the album comes out on the 5th.
Oh my goodness. So excited because
Yeah.
that is my choir.
Oh,
but
yeah. Okay. Are you saying like the
No.
Unveiled is not your choir?
no, the Unveiled are my people.
Because Josh needs to hear about this.
No, so listen.
Becky.
No. I actually spoke about Josh after I witnessed them live after a long time.
Oh, they're amazing.
I witnessed them live at the Spirit of Praise
Event. That one,
event.
yeah.
Unveiled did things.
Oh, they're amazing now.
Unveiled, they did things. I even spoke about them on radio the next day. And they guys, be on the lookout. Unveiled is coming
It's
in hot,
unveiling,
and I was with Zora Chimbo. So, what made you then choose out of all of the people that you could have worked with? You were like, no, Josh and his team are the people that I want to work with.
No, I've been mentoring Josh for a couple of years.
Oh, wow.
Since before the Old Mutuals and
Oh,
Amazing Voices.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, because he is one of the people that said, because I met him before, he was just playing keys at AFM. He's like, come on, write music and stuff. Like, it's good. And then he said, I'm putting a group together. I saw there's Old Mutuals Amazing Voices. Do you think we have a shot? I was like, you can just come and audition.
Yeah.
So that's when they came and auditioned. They got a spot into the auditions. And from there, they would just call me up when they were going for the competitions in SA. This is our piece. What can we do? What can we not do? I was just giving them pointers. Look out for this and look out for this. So we've been always talking about doing a song, but I never had the right song. And the thing about me is if I don't have the right song, I won't call you because I'll just ruin the opportunity for that collaboration. Like you see what we did with Janet on Mbiri.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It cannot be undone. Like it was crazy.
Amazing.
And the reason why it's like that, and the songs that I did with Wellington, Hande, and Trading My Sorrows, I knew I needed a Wellington to be on that song. But if I picked Mira and said, Wellington, come and be on this song, it would not work. So it was just the right song for the Unveiled, and they nailed it.
Absolutely.
So I was like, like Becky hosts a lot of these music shows. It'd be nice if you were to invite me to one of them.
You know what? We did that. You were supposed to attend album launch at my TT. There was even a seat for you.
Phone go.
Oh, is it? It was so good.
Big deal.
Dorcas Moyo was there. People did not go home until Dorcas performed.
You didn't hit me up. People gotta call me.
Dorcas Boy brings it on stage.
But there was another lady. I didn't notice she was the one who did the song. Okay, fine. Problem.
She was there.
Yes.
I don't know her. I know the song is amazing. Oh, she's amazing. I love
Dude,
that song.
I sat there and I was. She brought fire to the stage. She had dancers. She had she was good. Like I would.
I need to look her up.
Yes, if she did a concert, me I would go.
For real?
For real, I would.
Yeah. So.
But I have a concert. Are you coming?
Yeah.
25 December.
Yes.
I'll bring Denny.
It's $50 a ticket.
To know
you
where?
guys are buying tickets.
No, we buy. We've
Yes.
got money.
$50
Why
a ticket.
would
Does it come with the
Why
airtime?
do you think?
It comes with food.
Denny,
It's a
stop.
dinner.
Shh,
No airtime.
No airtime. It's food. Dinner.
We have a Denny J show. Don't do that.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yes, we'll be there.
So it's not talking among my podcast.
You know what? This is the second warning.
We have no choice.
This is
We
the
have no
second
choice.
warning.
Do you see this? Do you see this?
Warning you
big
to
deal.
my
Yes.
microphone.
It's a big deal. You're done now.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Big
so
things are going.
Harare skyline. With Denny J.
we run the city.
Yeah, so
Yes.
We run the city.
December 5, we are going to the celebration center to support Tembalami.
Yeah.
We are going
to.
We are going to buy. We're going to buy tickets.
No, straight.
Thank you.
You gotta support.
So, you did this jam, and you are like, I am going to show people
that I am not paired.
I'm not.
I'm not paired.
And now paired. I'm here. I'm just not doing what you're saying.
Yes.
But if I wanted to, I bring it.
Oh, shit.
With the unfair. I think Denny is a bad influence.
He's terrible influence.
influence.
Man of God, after this we must do prayer.
I need to repent.
I
want to read.
No, he's doing good. He's doing
his
good.
time.
Yes, and even when I host the events and I see him on the lineup, I really get excited introducing him. I do.
Like ZimPraise.
Yeah.
So I wanted to because I know Becky hosts a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
Is Tembalami being booked at all these shows?
No, not all. Like I said earlier, it
doesn't mean that I have not been approached.
Yeah.
You might not see me at a show because contract. So I also look at artists and I see that pressure. That's why I was saying, don't go on an event for the sake of just going and people have not met your demands. Because the problem with that is, my show askuzopera, my conference askupera. You see, most of our churches, like our church, we have an action conference every year for the last 40 years. Title an action conference. So if they cannot meet your demands this year, they will meet them next year.
Yeah.
Be okay to say,
that's not my platform.
I don't think you are meeting the needs that I need for my team.
I just had another question. I think
doesn't that become, is it like, might some people not perceive that to be like arrogance? Like, are you not supposed to be flexible?
No, I'm flexible. What I'm saying is, if the Denny J show is starting and you need to bring a Tembalami who costs you 5K, and you're saying, Tembalami, can you come for 1K?
Right.
I would say, no. Why don't you invest that 1K into buying new cameras and things that grow your show? When your show is big enough, invite a Tembalami with your 5K.
Right.
The Tembalami will still be here. Or there will be someone who's equivalent to Tembalami.
Or bigger.
So if I want CC Winans on my record, and it costs me 50,000 for CC Winans to be on my record, if she says 50,000 and I can't afford it,
stop.
Grow your brand to earn enough 50,000.
But we're so hungry for big concerts. I think a big concert.
The problem with getting an artist and you pay them what you cannot afford, you won't afford to promote the song, and it will be just that song that big artist did with that artist that we don't know. You know those DJ Maporisa songs that he did with some girl that we don't know, who came on one song and we never saw her again. It's because she was on a platform she was not ready to exploit and make money or make traction from. That's what happens when you do that.
So on a Tembalami F5, you only one.
Your
time
will come. And I see a lot of people begrudge people.
Aramba nayo.
Another 10,000. The
Hey,
reason why
that
I
10,000.
10,000 is I can shoot a video at 20,000. That's how much he's investing in his brand. You will not add Zikise brand racket to your level because you are starting, so that you benefit, and he benefits nothing from it.
Imagine.
Okay, all right. Okay.
My other question before we get into the Gorerino song.
Okay.
Maverick City came through.
Yes.
You guys were on the lineup.
Yes.
Unveiled was on the lineup.
Yes.
And obviously, because they did a song with you,
yes,
you were part of that
yes,
lineup. Then something happened we don't know. Would you care to share?
It was a very simple thing.
Okay.
The contract was made this way. The promoter could not afford to bring Tembalami and his team.
Okay.
Because I don't play with young musicians. The musicians I play with, they cost money. They're professional, and I need them because they do not waste my time when it comes to rehearsals.
They do the job.
They do the job.
Okay.
I've got musicians that pay for some of the biggest bands they've toured around the world. So they don't waste their time. They bring their state-of-the-art equipment and their guitars
A-game
and their
everything.
A-game. Their guitars cost more than what I can afford.
Chai.
So when I call them, I don't call them for a smaller budget. So the promoter was my friend. He said, you know what? I don't have a budget to bring you. But is it okay if I book the Unveiled and you come as a guest on their set? If you come, then we can work out something together. I was like, that's fine. So you are not booking me.
You're booking,
the Unveiled. So what happened is when all that noise happened, there was a lot of noise with church kunaendana the Unveiled. Their bishop said, we cannot have you
on that
as
platform.
our sons on this platform because these people are doing questionable things.
This had to do with...
No, but they came and they explained it. They came and
Yeah,
I
they
was so
did,
happy.
but they took so long to manage the crisis because in Zimbabwe it was a whole big thing.
Yes, it was. In South Africa too, it was
So
a big
for
thing.
me, it wasn't.
Vana vasingohakire.
Hatizive nyaya
No,
dzekuamerica
for me it wasn't a big deal because I've been in the secular space. I know when those shows are being made, what happens in the background.
Okay.
There's no big Illuminati idea back then. It's just people that want to put in a good show. They're saying if we put fire, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
If we put light. And the people that understand that a ring of fire means this in the Bible, it's you that read the Bible.
Wait a minute. It's been there the whole time.
I've been moving around. I've been playing with it. I've been playing with it.
So the people that understand that a seko means this in the book of Jeremiah, it's you.
Pane vakatonyora nzini I'm from
No,
Chipinge.
they
This is
catch
a
up.
witchcraft
When I
thingy.
catch up,
What?
Yeah.
So
creativity.
for me, it's just creativity.
Creativity misunderstood.
And I didn't have an issue with it.
Okay.
If I had been booked
As
Tembalami.
But it wasn't your gig.
But it wasn't my gig. So Unveiled
Pulled
said,
out.
we can't do this because our community is not comfortable with this.
Yeah.
And also, if you go against your father in the Lord,
And
you're
your community
very
as well.
rebellious.
You burn bridges
You're very rude.
of the people that are supporting the things that you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'd rather take the loss on that event and Maverick City goes back to their country and you remain with what? With the relationships that you have because they take you further than what Maverick City can.
Right.
So that was the decision they made. But as soon as they made that decision, it means I was off the ticket.
Right. Makes sense.
Right. Okay, so before we round up and you do that smash hit song of yours,
Oh, yeah. It's huge.
what would you like to say to your fans watching the show and what can they expect in terms of music?
I've got some amazing music coming, some amazing collaborations. I think I've hinted on some of the collaborations, and this is all happening at a dinner event where I'm launching into the Celebration Center.
Yeah.
And it's a dinner event, so it's only 200 people.
Ooh, that's neat.
Yeah. So we've already sold 25% of the tickets, and we only started selling yesterday. So
Dope.
Yes. So the advantage that we're having is what we're talking about. When you create a brand and people understand what you're about, they are quick to say, I think we can connect with what you do and the quality that you do. So I'm having companies just coming and saying, we're going to buy 10 VIP tickets for this.
Love
And
it.
we're going to buy 10. So all the tickets that I've sold, they're not to individuals. It's just companies that are just coming to say, we want 10, we want 10, we want 10, we want 10. Yeah. So those are the tickets that I've sold.
Maria Beki Munayo.
Maria
Because who's going to be your MC? Like, if I'm not MCing that event, who's...
If she's not emceeing, we're not releasing this episode.
Who?
Yeah, but the
who
problem
is-
now, if I book Becky K, then she's not buying a ticket.
No, I'll buy.
We'll buy a
We said
ticket.
we're buying as the Denny J.
You know, we're buying the ticket.
Yes.
And
I will allow
also-
you to pay in 2 installments.
And
You give me
also,
my
who's
deposit,
filming this thing?
Okay.
and then the
It's
day
Bako
before
Media.
the event, you give me the balance.
It's Bako Media filming
Because
this
you're my
thing.
boy like that.
Okay,
Straight.
Yeah.
it's Bako Media.
You're running a special.
Yes, we're running
him.
a special.
Yes.
Yes.
And Bako Media is also running a
Yes.
special.
Goodness.
So at the end of this, I'm going to be like, hey, everybody, you know.
Why do I feel like you brought me here to sell me so that you take
Out
all my money?
Nebasa, Baba.
No, you know what?
Out
You are
the draft.
to Guizamen.
I'm proud of
you. Yes, the hustle never sleeps.
Yeah.
Have you seen the people from Shtungwisa?
It's rubbing off on me.
Passion. Do you
Yes,
see the passion?
it's rubbing off
the
on me.
passion
I'm
Java.
passionate.
Baba.
I'm passionate about gospel events. I'm passionate about events that push
Yeah, but you're
the
not from
God
Shtungwisa now.
agenda. I said it's rubbing off.
Yeah, you know me. She's with me.
Okay. If it counts.
She's legit.
Nangandinathethe vagara kuShthungwisa ku Unit K.
Isho!
Yes.
Awapedza.
Yes.
Abake ajindoma right now.
Yes.
Andowona.
Yes.
Saka
Taifamba kwenda pazayoja
Chakwa
She talking.
ukada event isina Becky Kega.
Eh.
I'm not gonna buy the 50 tickets. VIP tickets that I was gonna buy.
Chiona manje.
Okay, yeah. Bye.
So see me after this. After school is after school.
Oh, yes. So
Payment plan
you just
available.
Heard it, guys. If Becky K is our MC.
It's your
Totekesa baba.
Yeah, Zagaoma.
Tachiso.
Yes. So we're talking about Gorerino and the Gorerino Thanksgiving dinner. that
Yeah,
we're having.
yeah.
So
Is it just you on the lineup? Obviously, Unveiled is going to be there.
I
Or you plead the fifth.
I'll pressure.
You don't want to tell us who else is going to be there?
refuse to answer on the grounds that it might incriminate me.
It's okay, plead
No,
the fifth.
what we're working on is making sure that all the artists that featured on the album, and there are a lot of them.
Right.
And
There was a lady that you did a song with.
oh, she's amazing.
What country was that? She was from where?
Evelyn Wanjiru from Kenya.
From Kenya.
Oh,
I don't
she's
know why I was
amazing.
thinking Rwanda.
Yeah,
I don't know, from Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm big in Kenya as well, and I'll better Kenya.
I not better.
Because Mbiri won awards in Kenya.
Oh
wow.
So ngopera mzimbabwe.
But ningori humble song.
Down to earth.
He's chilled.
You know us.
He's
We
chill.
know boys from Shtungwisa.
He's chill.
We do things takanyarara. Yeah. But ningwa itufunga tapera isichita si.
Imi mshitopusha my works.
Pusha my works.
Mshitopusha my works. What's the theme for the night?
The theme for the night, it's a dinner, so obviously
Come
dress
dress
up,
dinner. All right.
black
Denny
tie.
unesuit.
In a suit,
Dinarish.
you can wear a suit with your cap.
Tenga.
We can organize it.
Yeah.
Why?
Kunedzema 30.
I discovered if I hit you with this, not gonna acquire. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
Becky, I don't know if Denny J is gonna go out on $30.
Yeah,
suit,
kune
like.
Gucci.
No,
Gucci
I just said suit no gonna guiwana, and then he just.
I don't know if I'm gonna go out with in a $30 suit.
Ukauya
Maybe a
I am
35.
telling you.
Maybe a 35.
Ukauya nesuit.
Or maybe a 35.
If
Not
you
yet.
bring a $30 suit to our event, we are sending you home.
But how will you know it's $30?
You can't sit next. No, nigga.
How?
Eh?
How?
Mucheka.
Mcheka or fabric yacho na
eh,
pachayo
mucheka.
let's teaching. 35. Okay, let's push it to 40. 40?
Shit.
40?
Yeah. So the kind of events, like I was saying, if I do an event with a $50 ticket, you can already see the kind of audience that's coming.
Right.
So some of these events,
If you put your ticket at $100, will your followers come through? Will the audience that you...
Our VIP ticket is $100.
Is $100. Okay, yeah.
So our event is starting at 50. That's our base.
So 50 and 100.
50 and 100. Yeah.
Great.
Celebration center.
Yeah.
They've got beautiful event rooms.
Yeah.
So
That we are using one of those rooms. So we are not using the main auditorium because we can't put tables because it's a dinner.
obviously,
Yeah.
obviously.
So we want to make it glam and classy.
I hope it works out, man. It sounds really pretty. It sounds really nice. Something that bougie,
Yes.
for the end of the year and all.
It sounds so Denny J.
I know.
does.
Shit, that's not good shit.
Yeah.
I told you.
I'm there.
It's not going to strike 3.
Oh,
It's
no.
not. It's not going to go to... You guys are not going to do this on my watch. You're not... Can you see this?
Okay.
You are not going to do it.
It's on the right side of Samora. So
On my
I'm
watch.
there. You know, I'm sorry.
No, but again, because this is the only podcast that I can fit in.
On.
Mangoma podcast I could do on Tara Churungu.
Tembalami.
I'm switching off your mic.
Okay.
You need to stop this.
So far we've had Holy Ten come twice and Shaddai.
Yes, sure.
Tembalami 3 times. We gotta get this dude
Yes,
back.
I need to come back.
ASAP.
I'm scared.
Do my guess, manyama.
Join discipline. What's your relationship with God like?
Ooh, my relationship with God is interesting. Like,
That's your guy.
yes, no, the thing with my relationship with God, it's not hypocritical.
It's
like,
real.
Like when I have issues, I go to God and I say, God, I'm dealing with this thing. And I even write songs about it.
Okay.
There was a time that I had issues with girls. I wrote a song about it. Like, God,
My baby,
this is Marua Nyikazga. Without you, I don't depend. Mari, help me. So my relationship with God is like transparent like that. I just go, my prayers are not complicated. They're not King James Version.
Thou
always,
Yes.
ye. They are very,
Hey.
yeah, they are very direct.
All right.
Mari, I'm dealing with this. And Mari, I'm doing this event and I need you for it. And sometimes I don't know if I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But you know my heart and you know what I want to do.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't struggle much even when I get criticized. And if someone like Denny comes and says, Wapera, it doesn't move me.
You're like, I hear you. I understand.
I
you.
understand
It's not
you.
your fault.
It's not your fault. Because you don't know what God is cooking in the background and what we're doing. So I'm not moved by a lot by what people do, but I have a passion to inspire and I have a passion to bring stuff that raises people's faith.
Yeah. You did a course, I think it was last year, that had to do with some social work, mental health.
Yeah, drug and substance abuse.
But you were also quite vocal about mental health that has to do with men, focused on men.
Definitely.
How's that going?
Oh, it's amazing. I wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
It's called Moyo Wangu. It's like my recent song. And one of the things that I see, the rhetoric that's been happening is in our quest to empower the woman, we have forgotten the boy child.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
oh yeah. So the biggest issue is we are raising girls that are smart, girls that can clean. Kumba kwedu tuzoti musikana chikura, like my sister, she had curfews. Ainzi upinde umba time zakati. And she was taught how to clean, how to cook. And then she went to school. So she's got all these skills.
Yeah.
What do the boys do? We just go chill by the corner. There's no one who is teaching us to deal with life. And then I just wake up one day and I'm someone's husband. After I've spent
half your life chilling.
25 years, ndakagara pa bridge commenting on every girl's legs who's passing by. And then when you're married to me now, you're like, no, Temba, you can't be commenting about a girl's legs. But that's who I am. That's
all I know.
That's all I know. I was raised by these streets. So the problem is we need to raise these kids to have a plan for a boy child.
Yeah. There was I don't know if I know this lady from the ZRP in Bulawayo province.
Okay.
There was this WhatsApp little video that was on WhatsApp where she was talking about the rate of suicide in Bulawayo province.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if it was over the last month or 3 months. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But she said there were 21 suicides in the Bulawayo province. Out of those 21, only one chick took our life.
Exactly. Yeah, because we don't know what to do with
So
ourselves.
when you look at those numbers, it's young people
Scary.
who are going through stuff. They've got no one to talk to about it. And they think suicide is the way out. And this is the situation with the boy child, right? Because we have to be tough, in terms of trouble, in terms of...
We are not equipped. Atitorina adversity quotient whatsoever. So, taenda kuchikoro, tikangonodzidza krema maths tikapedza. But we have never dealt with anything because all I do is I wake up, ndonogara pa corner, ndodzoka kumba, there's food on the table.
Everything is sorted.
Everything
it's
is
laid
sorted.
out.
And then the day I get married to you, you're a boss lady. You
got
make
your
own
thing
money,
going.
You've got everything. So now, what role do I play in your life and in my family's life? And now I just wake up. Now I have to come up with a plan.
And then you get stressed in
And
the
then I get
middle
stressed.
of coming
Andina
up
plan.
with that plan. Or Andina plan.
Andina plan. Dandajera kungoenda kunotuka Denny pa ZimCelebs. Ne-ghost account.
Apa zvinhu zviri down.
Apa zvinhu zviri down.
So those are the kind of men that we have. And then the social media is telling them kuti kana mukomana wako asagone kuendesa kuDubai hauna dhiri. And you're like, damn. Imombe ipi yekuDubai.
Kana usina skiri bibi rako
rinongotorwa.
Apa Dubai yadoziya iri pandingikeni.
You know what, Tembalami? We'll see you next year.
It's fine.
We'll see you next year. But thank you for that breakdown, and I do hope that you'll be able to help more men to understand, like that their mental issues can be dealt with. The whole drug and substance abuse is not the way to go. I'm happy that you did that.
I'm going to prison tomorrow.
Oh, to speak.
Yes.
Oh wow.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Have you ever been
To where?
to the prisons?
Prisons? Yeah, I've been locked up.
No, not like.
No, Denny. We are not talking about your street credit.
You know what I mean? I'm cheap.
Ndikutaura kuti kunoita inspiration.
Yeah.
Prison. Taura nevarume vari
Nema
koko.
inmates.
Nema inmates akalokwa up and everything. You
Yeah,
haven't-
I said I'll tell you like that.
You never know. There's a starting point.
No, I'm sure people,
Yeah.
would love to hear
I want
what
to
I have
do
to
it.
say.
I want to do it so bad, but I don't know.
If you've been locked up before, you're the best person for that ministry.
Yeah.
For me, all I'm going to say
But
is...
what message do you preach to people in
we
prison?
would get locked up for funny stuff like public fighting and shit. And, growing
Public
up and
fights,
stuff.
Danny.
Oh, yeah,
Growing up.
he was a menace.
Growing up, we
Dennis the man.
I like that. Nice.
Okay, I think it's time for us to go.
we are getting there.
I think no.
We are getting there.
No, I think we're done. Because when I start like this, the mouth is big.
Look out for the next. Look out for a future episode of Tembalami. We like Tembalami. So it's gonna be back. What date was that where we gotta come through to the celebration?
5 December.
5 December. That's where we at, right?
Red carpet, 4 p.m. and-
Everybody
Yes,
gotta
red
come
carpet,
through,
yeah.
right? You know, Becky K, me, Bako Media.
I'll be the
everybody gonna be
MC.
there.
I'll be the MC.
You know, so
Yes.
it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
Gonna be lit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, of course, Mukovananga Pera Aramba.
Azuka.
Andandipedishe kumanya.
Bring like umsana.
And then I've got to my Guerrero, that's Zoka.
Even
Yeah.
Peter song you need a hit list, you need a number
Dude,
one.
from January.
Shit.
It was just like...
I mean that's impressive. I mean we do that all the time. Like people from Cheetown who act like we're finished.
You know what it is, yeah.
Or you act like
Yeah,
you've
no,
been finished.
it's all an act.
Like
Makambo
a phoenix,
Perere,
we rise from the ashes.
Icho.
Don't play. Be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you see why Kunembuzia music can go and work? Because those are like my lines. Like a phoenix. They're like, what's
Yeah.
a phoenix?
Okay. And if you don't know these words.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Yeah.
So wait. So before he does that,
Be sure to get our
Mirai.
merchandise. Subscribe, turn on notifications, show us some love.
Yes.
And Becky K tells me for the next couple of weeks we're gonna be giving you an episode each and every week, so it's gonna be nice.
Yes.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
We're gonna show you
We are
love.
consistent now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Thank you so much for watching the Denny J Show. Remember, on the 5th of December, Tembalami is doing a Gorerino dinner at the Celebration Center. Tickets are going for $50. But if you feel like you want to be a VIP treatment, you can buy your ticket for $100. Limited seats, 200 seats available. So if I were you, once he opens the platform to get the tickets, I will get them.
Definitely. And also we've got goodie bags for our VIPs.
Guys, show up. Goodie bag.
Yes.
Shit.
Goodie bag.
You see what I'm wearing? This is a Gorerino shit. I call them affirmations shit. For Gorerino is my
Come on.
Like
Preach this thing. Preach this thing. Yes.
Even Bagabuda Kananda Nyura, you watch the song, I'm like, this is my year. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Saga, if you
this is my year. Okay, sorry.
Saga, I
Katanz Kakadura Pakapira Gorevino Jugori Baba. Sorry.
yeah. But I like what he said about Tammy. You really like Tammy's
she's
music
brilliant.
and her whole persona.
The work that she puts
She
in and
puts
everything.
in the work in terms of costumes, in terms of dance rehearsals.
Being
singing.
Tammy.
Yes, she shows
brand,
up.
yeah.
And you can see that the vision is there. And a lot of people ask me, why do you do songs with Gemma and Natio?
Yeah, you did.
I love. Have you said with Natio before?
I love
Yeah,
Natty
we
O's
had him on the
mind.
show.
We should have Gemma. Gemma also
Gemma
is
is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I chill with them or like we're just having coffee, the nyayas tend to go like 2 hours and when you leave, you're like, this is the best coffee I've ever had.
Wow.
Not because of the coffee, but the conversations are rich.
the people. Yeah.
The problem I have is some of my gospel artists are so naive that I go to a coffee thingy and then I come back drained because the conversations are not enriching. I'm not saying all.
Drained after having coffee. Hey, that's
Yes.
a big one.
So that's what I mean. So a lot of people ask me, why are you working with this person? It's because they inspire me. They make me want to be better.
Yeah.
They want me to be a better Christian. And when I speak to them, when I leave, I've learned something.
So have you learned something
From here?
Yes. Or are you drained?
I'm so excited. I'm coming back.
You know.
All right, so we leave this time to you, Tembalami. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
The song that brought Tembalami back from the grave.
Yes.
It's titled Gorerino and it features The Unveiled. And it sounds something like this.
Eternity.
Live on the Denny J Show. This is your year. Hey! What? This is for you, Marikumba. Here we go. This year. Ikorerangu. Tarira uone. Hase. Ikorerangu. When you open the door, Diani angavare, kana matendera, Diani angarambe. Don't worry about me, He who lives in me, Diye mukoro, bigger. Don't worry about me, He who lives in me, Diye mukoro. Ane buru aseko Denny, Gorerino. Ilinga pinga, vamos suo. So much agenda pinga, macombarero, yo camuchira. Macombarero, Dona Macombarero, Tamaona, Macombarero. Yo, Andira Besana Nita, Macombarero, Tokamachira. To Nigeria, waiting for my donkey.
Hey.
Nobody gon' be take Oh yeah. Do it my papa open. Nobody gon' be shut down. Gorerino. Kuteni, nilini ndapinda. Vamos Imagine I've been Macombarero,
Icho!
I'm
pa front seat iwe. Unokhwara iwe. You are a good influence on Denny J. Did you see? He was there. He was there. He was. Yeah, party. Yeah, party. You got Denny doing the moves.
Yes, he's got the moves. No, this guy's got the moves. He's from Chitungwisa, you know.
Inangu ndangompa one platform. Ango paridza so. Ane shoko. Anointing. Father.
The anointing. Hey, that was nice.
Thanks so much, man. Thanks so much. So there's a whole album full of these vibes.
So people need to go get it.
Yeah. I've been holding on to it because we didn't expect Gorino to do
as well.
We thought it would do well, but we thought maybe by June people would be so done with Gorino and would release the whole album. Okay. But people were so vibing to Gorino so much that we thought we don't want to overwhelm them. Let's hold on to it a bit.
But you see, Gorino was very timeless in the sense that with what was happening in people's lives and how at every church crossover there's a clever New Year's theme, something catchy and everything, and sometimes people,
UK was crazy.
And people miss out on the word that the man or the woman of God has released. Next year Gorere, and then this year is my year.
No, UK was amazing. I want to thank my audience in the UK. You know, I went to the UK and we could not sell merch at the event because of the venue rules. Mm-hmm. But as soon as I announced that I brought merch, people bought merch online from me.
Oh, wow.
And I shipped everything until I ran out, and I had to make new t-shirts in the UK, and I shipped all of them and ran out.
I can go there.
So I'm so humbled by the support that people have been giving me.
It's a word in season. It can work any year. 2030.
You saw it, AfriPraise, what happened. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
That statement will still be there.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, we're taking it into next year.
So this Gorerino thing, if I bought the t-shirt, it can't be for 2024.
It's for 2025.
2024, it's a wrap.
Yes, it's for 2025.
If nothing went down in 2024,
no, with statements like this, listen.
This is for 2025.
With statements like this, you take them year in, year out. It's a statement, you know, but statement. Okay, let's go home. Let's go.
Alright, guys.
Thanks so much, guys.
The Denny J Show. Zvanga zviri down ta up tauraitinzwe nyaya dzacho dzese narrative ndaichidwe kana mchida kutipisa deep ndaipidwe make it spill a